From the Toffees to the Tractor Boys, the Eagles to the Seagulls, Gunners, Bees, Hammers and Magpies, Premier League teams have got a load of crazy nicknames. Ever wondered where they came from? Let's start with Everton. They're dubbed the Toffees, but why? Well, because when the club was formed, just down the road there were two local toffee shops. Ye Ancient Everton Toffee House and Mother Noblet's Toffee Shop were big fan favourites. Next, they say if you can't beat 'em, join 'em, and that's exactly what Ipswich Town did when it came to their nickname. The term Tractor Boys used to be chanted by their opponents as a way of putting the team down for their farming background. But during one game back in the late 90s, Ipswich were 1-0 up and they decided to flip the script. 1-0 to the Tractor Boys, they sang, and a new nickname was born. Let's head to Leicester, famous for more than just a red, well, orangey cheese and Jamie Vardy. Leicestershire's also the birthplace of fox hunting, hence the Foxes. Next up, turns out apples are not the only fruit that don't fall far from the tree. Bournemouth's nickname, the Cherries, comes from the fact the club's stadium was originally built right next to a bunch of cherry orchards. This next story actually involves two club nicknames. It started with Crystal Palace. They were having an absolute nightmare run back in the early 70s. They'd been relegated after a terrible spell and manager Malcolm Allison decided enough was enough. He wanted a new nickname, something strong, fast and destined for success. Something exactly like an eagle. But there's more to this one. Brighton were in search of a nickname too, and Palace finally gave them what they needed. In a heated match between the two back in 1976, Palace fans began chanting, "Eagles, Eagles." And some clever Brighton fans came up with the perfect reply, "Seagulls, Seagulls." Not all club nicknames have a crazy story though. Take the Gunners. That just comes from the fact a group of munitions workers in the Royal Arsenal factory in Woolwich set up the club in 1886. On the flip side, some nicknames seem simple, but there's a bit more to them, like West Ham. The Hammers is actually nothing to do with the ham part of the name. It comes from the fact the club used to be called Thames Ironworks FC and was made up of workmen and shipbuilders. So next time the away end's chanting their crazy nickname, you'll now know exactly where it came from.
Good afternoon, you're listening to Champions League Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein. Darren Bent is alongside me. It's been a bad old day for Team Drive here at the talkSPORT Darts Trophy.
So double two again for Gabby. Oh, he's hit it! Goldstein is gone! The gale force has been blown out by the Gabfather. We have our first jet. But she's bust a score, so Darren Bent back in on double one, nearly hits double 18, hits it! Finally Darren Bent pins a double, and lightning does not strike twice in the talkSPORT, and he's out the board. Out the board twice, but he hits double three with the final dart, and Dean Saunders, for the third time, is a talkSPORT Darts Trophy finalist. An inch away from the bed, comes far too far inside, double six on the far right hand side at 3 o'clock on the board. Got it, game shot, the chunk makes it through, and another drive to...
Yes, I think it's fair to say it's been an awful day for Team Drive. Darren Bent alongside me.
Yeah, it's been more awful for you, though. Yours was embarrassing, by the way.
Oh, no, hold on. It's been bad for both.
No, listen to me. Right, first and foremost, Jamie can play.
You keep talking.
Right, Jamie can play, so you got to give him respect. Gabby, the last time he picked up a dart, he said it was when he was 11. And you got beat by Gabby.
I don't think it's been a good day for either of us.
No, it's been awful for you.
Yes, I mean, you losing in a semi-final ain't the best.
No, but it's not worst.
Well, let's talk about you. You've just come off the hockey, fresh and at your feet.
Yep.
Let's not smooth over that.
No, listen, Jamie can play. Fair play to him. You got beat by Gabby.
I know.
Gabby has never played darts in his life.
Listen, mine was a bad defeat.
Awful.
But
That's the worst.
Sometimes you have to prove you're human. and even the greats lose. But you are up against Jamie.
Jamie can play.
And he can play, but you're both sort of similar levels, so I expected you to win. To get into the final, to take away the title from Dean Saunders, who's looking to make it, what, a hat-trick?
I know, yeah.
Hat-trick?
No, but listen, Jay played well. When I got down to a finish, I thought, right, here we go. But I just couldn't do it. Listen, my biggest obstacle was Natalie Sawyer. That is what I was most nervous about, because why am I echoing?
You nearly lost. I don't know, it's just because we're live.
Yeah, no, it was that was the one I was worried about.
Yeah.
I thought, oh no, what's going to happen here? But getting past that, it's fine. But you, Gabby.
I have to say, like, all jokes aside.
Natalie would beat
excuse my
Gabby.
voice, by the way, I've been sharing. What?
I think Natalie would beat Gabby.
You think that? Yeah, maybe, yeah. I have to say, right, all jokes aside, I don't know what happened to me. I don't know what went on when I was on the hockey. Why I couldn't hit certain. I don't know what happened.
You said you said to me and Joe, our producer Joe, that you never feel pressure.
Look, listen, I'm out, and you're out because Jamie O'Hara's beating you.
Not the sports bar.
How are you?
I'm feeling good, boys. I'm feeling good. What happened?
So
what happened?
This is your first interview since you beat him, right? You went on H&J with it. Okay, firstly, congratulations.
Shambles from him, really well, wasn't it?
Thank you.
No, shambles.
Is it shambles for me?
The sports bar.
The sports bar, here we go. You Drive boys have been humbled. Has anyone seen Drive Time? You boys took one hell of a beating.
Wait, if ever you want to play Where's Wally in a pub.
Come on.
Well done to you. When you went into that game, now okay, all jokes aside, I saw you practicing this morning. We were all having a little practice, and I went over to dance, and I went, dark horse for the title is Jamie O'Hara. You obviously can play, right?
Well, I've got a dartboard in my house. I mean, I hardly use it. It's in the gym. So the problem is I don't use the gym.
Do you know what? I was waiting for that.
So, you know...
You lost the key to that door years ago, didn't you?
I can't find it. I had to break it in last night just to have a couple of darts. So, no, look, Benty was obviously bigging himself up. He's got a coach. You know,
that is a myth. There's no
carry
coach.
on, Jamie, carry on.
There's no coach.
You know, he plays paddle every day. He's been getting fit. You know, I see him in the green room. You're putting up videos, throwing darts. Mate, he can't finish. Let me ask you
Last question, right? What is more embarrassing though, me losing to you or him losing to Gabby?
No. That is talkSPORT darts right there. Goldstein getting beat by Gabby.
Yeah, but as I said to Benny, sometimes you have to prove you're human, because a lot of people say to me, I can't believe you can do this and that. And you're playing the US Open.
Can we take out presenting, right? Because you're great at presenting. But apart from that, in terms of sport, I see you everywhere with Barry Hearn, America. You're here, there, everywhere. You're no good at any sport.
And you've been hearing that for how many years?
We're beating on a paddle.
Yeah, how's you on a paddle, by the way? How are your calves that blew up? How's your back?
Yeah, they're still hurting.
Oh, are they?
That's because you had him.
You wore tights for that. Did you wear tights for you? You're going to wear tights in the final?
I can't wait. Dino's too good, though, isn't he? Dino.
No, I think you've got him, Jay.
Well,
you've got him.
Well, here's the thing. In the semi-final, he proved that he could be beaten.
Yeah.
Right? He proved it. Jermaine Pennant.
I've got to back myself. I've got to go in there with confidence.
You've got nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. I'm the underdog.
I don't know who.
Story of my life.
I'm a little bit split here as to who I want to win.
I want Jamie to win.
Come on, we need a new champion.
You said to me yesterday, there's only one thing worse than me winning it, and that would be him winning it.
Yeah, but I just lost to him, so now I want him to win it.
I don't think you do want O'Hara to win it.
So let him win it.
What would it mean to you?
Well, you know, it just tops off a great year for the sports bar, doesn't it? You know, unbelievable year.
Is that show still going? It's still
unbelievable figures.
Record numbers, isn't it?
Record numbers. You know, since I know that guy left, I don't know his name. I don't know. He went off and done something else.
Drive time weekdays 4 to 7.
You know, so it'd be big for the boys.
Because when you look back,
Dean does sports bar.
When you look back at your career and all the, did you win anything? What did you win?
He's horrible, isn't he?
He's horrible.
Honestly,
he's horrible.
Every day I put up with it.
No, you must have won something when you played for like Boreham Wood or whatever the non-league team.
Billericay won the treble. Won the treble. Yeah, good season that, mate. Good season. Treble winning side.
Did you win a treble?
Yeah. Essex Senior Cup.
Okay, that's impressive. played in the League Cup final as well.
League Cup final, yeah.
Missed the pen, right?
Yeah. Did you play in that? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, 90 minutes.
Benty did play in that.
Why'd you have to say 90 minutes? That's horrible, that is to him.
No,
No, that's horrible. Why is he
Why
saying
didn't
90
you take
minutes?
a pen? Where were you?
You know what I mean?
Where were you?
Where were you?
I said to Harry, I'll take one. He went, no, we need you at 5.
No, he's lying. Robbie Keane had the 5th penalty.
No, it was,
lying.
I was 5.
Robbie Keane was the 5th penalty.
Phone Keno now.
I'll phone Keane right now. Robbie Keane was the 5th penalty. Benty didn't fancy
said to Harry, I'll take number 1.
Are you saying today's not the first time he's bottled it under pressure?
Well,
Is that what you're saying?
he can't finish.
Nah, we're both that's a lie.
Mate, it's so good.
do
you know
what?
Tonight, 10 p.m, you boys are absolutely getting it.
He'll get it worse than I do.
You
next.
are
If you win
getting
it, though, I've lost to the winner. So that's
doesn't
respectable.
matter.
That's respectable.
Yeah.
His is not respectable.
Yeah, no.
Do you not think if you lose in the final, Cundy would start with, has anyone seen Jamie O'Hara?
No, are you joking?
Do you think you've won now, even though you
I've won. I'm in the final. I've won.
Yeah.
You're getting it, mate. You went out to Gabby.
I deserve to get it.
No, you're getting
Worse than
it.
Sawyer last year.
Yeah, it's
worse
the new
than
nat-
Sawyer.
It's not worse.
No,
No,
it is.
it's
It's
worse.
worse. It's worse.
It's not.
No, it's.
Natalie would beat
He had to
Gabby.
finish on a double, and he got a double before you. It's embarrassing. I don't know how you've turned up and
I
even
really
done
hope
this
someone
show.
wins this afternoon. You would be unbearable, Jamie.
George, genuinely, I hope you win.
See? Teammate.
I
Teammate.
hope you win.
Teammate.
Before, because we've got the final in about, where are we, about 14
I need to
minutes
practice.
time.
I need to
So
practice.
just tell everyone about how you've enjoyed this afternoon's play, because I know there's lots of, we call it healthy banter.
Healthy
But
banter.
when you're on the hockey, the abuse
horrible.
you're getting from all your
Yeah.
co-workers
Yeah,
at
colleagues.
is just incredible.
Yeah, it's
isn't it?
disgusting. It is disgusting, but that's what
Can
makes
you hear
us-
them all?
Yeah, of course you can. That's what makes you family, though, right? We all dig each other out. If I'm not getting dug out, then I reckon people don't like you. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
The fact
agree
that
with
we all dig each other out because it's fun. We're in a bar, we're having a laugh, throwing darts.
Can I ask?
No darts.
Lots of texts have come in. Ask JB why he's got makeup on. Why you got makeup on today? So it's seriously,
He
what is
jumped
that
on
about?
this early doors.
What?
And just because I'm looking smooth.
Why have you got makeup
I'm
on?
looking smooth.
You have got bronzer on.
Yeah, no, I've not got bronzer on because you're like you're a bit haggard, right?
Yeah.
Travelling all over the world, giving
Mate,
it a
I'll
big
have you know I've got salmon semen in my face.
Yeah, salmon semen.
I
I've
have
had
got
that.
that. Have
Yeah,
you?
yeah, it's all right, that, isn't it? Yeah, it works.
I heard you took the salmon out for dinner first.
What's wrong with that? Is that rugby?
Can I go and practice? I need to
don't think
practice.
You can practice it. Go on and go and practice.
I've got to go and practice.
Yeah,
Come
good
on,
luck,
guys.
good luck, mate.
Benny,
Well played,
unlucky
mate.
son.
I hope you come second.
You're a disgrace.
I'll always,
Should be ashamed.
Jamie,
I've got practice.
Let him go. Let him go. He's fine. You can go. We'll always back the sports bar. We've got a couple of minutes to chat about. It has been a wonderful day.
I've never received so
Oh,
many
you're going on about
text
it. Go on. Oh, by the
messages of you
way,
getting beat.
yeah,
So many.
my phone was like an alarm clock when I came off the hockey. Beep, 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 beep. Just went a little bit nuts.
Think about it. Look, I've had it for a whole year, Natalie.
Yeah.
I managed to avenge that just.
Yeah.
How you get beat by Gabby?
I don't know. I don't
got
know.
beat last year.
The guy hit a light on one of his shots.
The camera.
Was it the camera?
You lost to a
Okay.
guy that hit the camera.
Yeah.
At least
Have
last
you
year.
ever seen me run out of excuses?
No, because you say you don't feel
I haven't.
pressure. Clearly, you do.
I did. No, I said that. I've admitted that. I felt pressure on the hockey. Yeah. I've never had that
You went for
before.
a period who was like 7, 11,
I know.
16.
It's dreadful, isn't it? And then I started. My plan was second half, left-hand side of the ball, just to try and nick a treble.
That's not you.
Happens to the best. Do you know what? Only a few people. If you're a genius and you're listening to this, you'll understand what I went through. You probably won't understand. But when you've got a natural gift and you can't
How
call
can you say that?
You can't call on it.
Listen,
That's
me and you have
that's the
participated
struggle.
in about 10 things. You've never won anything.
I know. I won the hearts of
No,
the
you haven't.
1.2 million.
No, you haven't. You haven't won anything. You're now the tyre, Neil said.
I haven't won at darts.
Nope.
Right?
You didn't.
But you know what? It doesn't mean enough to me. I let
Yeah,
one of them with
on
it.
the show yesterday, you went, this would mean, this is what I've been gearing up for. This means more to me than anything.
Can I, all jokes aside, right? You and I have been poor today. One of us should have got to the
I was
final.
like, I'm like a
what
5 out of
happened?
10, you was like a 1.
I know, but you play all the time. Every day we come in and we play
I was
together.
tired, I've got an excuse. I was playing paddle
I'm
this
jet
morning,
lagged.
2 hours.
Yes, right, we're jet lagged.
Jet lag, and I played paddle this morning.
Jet lagged. Good work. Doesn't really count. Recount. Next year that counts.
Yeah. Are you here next year?
I might
I'm
have to
taking-
qualify. I might be the
I'm taking a
first
year off.
person ever to have to
I think
qualify.
I'm taking a year off.
Yeah. Looks like I've already taken my year off. We're going to have a quick break. And when we come back, we will be bringing you live coverage of the 2025 World Darts talkSPORT Championship. And it features defending champion. He's never lost in the tournament. The storyteller, Dean Saunders. He takes on the chunk, Jamie O'Hara. The final is coming up live on talkSPORT right after this.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How did you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Welcome back, you're listening to Champions League Drive on talkSPORT. We're live from the talkSPORT Darts Trophy. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent and Justy. Right now there are millions of prizes to be won when you order on the app and play Winter Winners. 18 plus terms apply. Still to come, we'll bring you that final of the talkSPORT Darts Trophy live. It doesn't include me or Benty, sadly. It's the defending champion, Dean Saunders, up against the chunk, Jamie O'Hara. That's coming up in about 11 minutes' time, maybe a bit less. Just quickly, Paul Pogba has invested in a Saudi camel racing team, becoming the first professional footballer to buy into the sport. I imagine if he doesn't win quickly, he'll get the ump. Roma have opened talks with Man United over signing Joshua Zirkzee, that one in January. But now it's time to turn our attention back to, well, proper darts, actually. Tomorrow sees the start of the PDC World Darts Championship. The whole thing, of course, will be live across the talkSPORT network, and to look ahead to that and lots more, and to tell us where me and Benty have gone wrong, we're delighted and honoured to be joined alongside the brilliant Beau Greaves joins us. Hello, Beau, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Well, after that defeat today, I've had better days, but it's lovely to see you. We'll talk about us in a minute, but let's talk about you. Thank you so much for coming down. We are, as I mentioned, we're like less than 24 hours before the start of the PDC World Darts Championship. When do you, I know you've qualified, when do you play your match?
I play on Friday, next Friday.
How are you feeling ahead of that? Because we've laughed and joked about how we've felt pressure and who the pressure is on to succeed, etc. Yeah. Do you feel as though now you've got absolutely anything to prove now that you're there? You're still incredibly young. You're 21, is that right?
Yeah, I'm still young, still a baby. So, but yeah, I enjoy my darts. I like to play. It was nice to get back on the stage after a few years, obviously playing the ladies circuit, and obviously won my tour card as well to be professional. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it before the hard work starts the next 2 years, and yeah, it's going to be a good tournament.
Just tell us a bit about yourself. So you've been playing, you and I were chatting with Benty in the break, you've been playing for 11 years.
Yeah.
So what made you pick up a dart? Because that's quite bizarre for any kid 10, 11 years ago to actually get involved. Nowadays, I understand it because of the emergence of players like yourself and Luke Littler. It seems to be everywhere. But 10, 11 years ago, what made you pick up a dart?
Yeah, so my brother played when I was younger. He played a lot around the pubs and that. Obviously, there was like a pub league round Donny. I started playing. I know I was just a bit of a tomboy, not a girly girl. And then before I knew it, I played for the pub or around Donny, played for Yorkshire, played for England, and then I just ended up playing like professional, I suppose. I just went up like a ladder pretty much to be professional, pretty much.
So how often do you practice? Because I asked you this question and you answered it, but I want everyone else to hear it. Did you say for about 30 minutes a day?
Yeah, around. If that, I don't know. The thing is that when I was younger, I practiced a lot, but as I got older, it kind of like wore off a little bit. So
because me and Andy play for an hour a day, and we're no better, really, are we?
Well, it takes me 30 minutes before I'm comfortable.
Yeah, well, obviously, it depends what you're into, but I just like to keep my arm loose. But I've been doing it quite a long time, so don't be too hard on yourself.
Let me ask you, I'm lucky enough to have got to school with Ronnie O'Sullivan when he was like 12, 13, 14, and go to, at the time, Ilford Snooker Club, and I used to see him play. And from the minute he picked up a cue, he was destined to be champion of the world. It was just obvious. Yeah. It's obvious. What's the same for you when you picked up a dart? Did you take to it like a duck to water?
A little bit, yeah. I just, I threw really natural, really straight. My throw was really smooth. It's never really changed either, so it just wasn't complicated. It was really easy, simple, and I tried to keep that the whole way through. But obviously, as you get older, you think a little bit more in the pressure and stuff. But yeah, it's fairly simple my whole career, really.
When you think about where darts is now, I mean, when you were younger, of course, it was not a completely different sport, but in terms of the global exposure, it was there. But now, I mean, since Luke Littler's come onto the scene, it's massive. You must be really excited about this period of darts and where it's going.
It is, yeah. It's definitely down to Littler, isn't it? I mean, even obviously when I beat Littler, that's done wonders for me just by beating him. So it's all down to him, really. I mean, obviously, when I was younger than that, obviously I watched darts a bit, but it's absolutely massive now. It's great.
I've always wondered this as well, because you've said, and you did beat Littler, and that's really well played. But when you play against other people and then you're standing next to Littler, is it a different pressure?
It depends. I think Littler makes it look really easy. He makes the game look so simple. So when I kind of played him, it's kind of like, I got nothing to lose. He's the best in the world. So I just seem to play really well and beat him. It's a great game. It's just one of them, but he is like, you know you've got to play well. You know you have to be. Yeah, it's different playing him. You
made your debut in the UK this year as well. You lost to Luke Humphries. Can you see the big gap between those guys at the top of the game and someone like yourself coming through? Or when you step up to the hockey, are you thinking, yeah, I've got a chance of beating him? What's your mindset like?
There is a gap. I think it depends. I'll beat some decent players in that, but it's different for me because obviously I've always played against the ladies, so now I'm kind of like playing against the men a lot more.
When you say you played against the ladies, why is that? When you're coming through the game, they're separated, the men and the women, are they?
Yeah, obviously the ladies have their own separate tour and stuff, and I always played that, and then I started playing against the men properly 4 or 5 years ago, but it's different. It's different standard, and it's you have to kind of get yourself more mentally ready to play against the men, I'd say.
You spoke about you've played against Littler and Humphries. We've had the pleasure of speaking to both of these guys. It's a bit of a difficult question, but what are the differences between them two? Because in our opinion, those two are head and shoulders above everyone else on the planet.
Yeah.
You've played against them both. What separates them?
I don't know. Littler's different. Littler's a young lad. He's like proper. He's just a lad, isn't he? Like, it's kind of different vibe playing him. Humphries is like you're more serious, professional. Littler's more like he likes to mess around a little bit. They've got different attitudes towards the game, but obviously they're both brilliant players. But I think playing Humphries felt more serious, but I think that's just because he was long and like a bit more easygoing. So I don't know. They're both nice, great lads, but Littler's just still younger, isn't he? And not as.
He's got time on his side. Let me ask you 2 questions, then I'll let you go. Both of them about big matches. The first one is yours. We've got Daryl Gurney in the first round of the World Championships. You played him before?
No,
you
never.
Haven't. Okay. You fancy your chances? Obviously you do. Do you feel as though the pressure is always on your opponent because you're young, you're coming through as well? They're experienced players. He's won an event, Daryl.
I suppose so. I think it depends how Daryl looks at it. He might. I don't know. I don't know. It's darts, isn't it? You never know what's going to happen. I think the worst thing is just the anticipation of it all, not knowing how you're going to play.
You've been to Ali Pali, right, to watch it?
I've never been to watch it.
Oh, okay.
No, I've played there a few years ago, but I've never been to watch it. But I know obviously it's a good atmosphere and that when I was playing.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just the build-up to how you're going to play, and obviously you want to play well, and if you don't, you're going home. So
my last question to you is about a game that's much bigger than any game in the PDC World Darts Championships, and that's the game that's coming up next, the talkSPORT final of the World Darts Championship. You've got defending champion, the storyteller Dean Saunders, never lost in this competition, up against someone that was unfancied when we started the day in the chunk, Jamie O'Hara. How do you see it going?
I'm going to say Dean, just because I like the way he threw. But if we're really nice and straight, really good, so my bets are on Dean.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Good luck in the PDC World Darts Championship. We're going to have a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have the final of this year's talkSPORT World Darts Championship between defending champion Dean the Storyteller Saunders and the unfancied chunk Jamie O'Hara. It's live and it's happening right after this on talkSPORT.
Liverpool haven't played that well since August, according to talkSPORT's Danny Murphy. He's told White and Jordan Slot deserves credit for the control shown in their win at Inter.
Even the fullbacks stayed at home most of the night, you know, Gomez and Robertson. It was a really disciplined performance and everyone contributed. I thought Curtis Jones was terrific.
Meanwhile, Danny says the only way back for Salah is saying sorry to Slot.
I don't think he's going to get an apology, which means he's done. You can't bring him back in the fold. He's done, you know, and from a business point of view, while he's still got value and the Saudis might pay something for him, it's time to move on.
Tonight on talkSPORT, Newcastle go to Bayer Leverkusen while Arsenal's trip to Bruges is live on talkSPORT 2. Now, Pep Guardiola could end Xabi Alonso's time at Real Madrid if Man City get a decent win in the Bernabeu tonight. Former Madrid president Ramon Calderons told White and Jordan after defeat to mid-table Celta Vigo, knives are out for Alonso.
I don't see any difference with any other coaches, any other moments when the team has lost 9 points, as in this case, in 5 La Liga matches.
Paul Pogba hopes to one day own the world's most expensive camel. He's become a major shareholder of Saudi-based camel racing team Al Haboob. Now at Monaco, Pogba says he's watched his fair share of races on YouTube. On our YouTube channel today, the talkSPORT Darts Trophy. Dean Saunders begins the defence of his title against Jermaine Pennant live all afternoon.
Here comes the storyteller, Welsh wizard with the yarns that go on and on and on. Dino!
Yeah, welcome back. You're listening to Champions League Drive live from the talkSPORT Darts Trophy with me, Andy Goldstein, beaten in the first round. Darren Bent, beaten in the second round in partnership with QuickFit. Drive away happy every time. Still to come, we are building up to another massive night of European action across the talkSPORT network. But now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the big one, the final of the talkSPORT Darts Trophy between Jamie, the Chung O'Hara, and of course the holder, looking to make it 3 on the bounce, yet to be beaten in this competition, Dean, the storyteller, Saunders. Remember, of course, you can watch along right now on the talkSPORT YouTube channel or on your smart TV. Right, the waiting is over. Time for the final. Let's hand over to the man talking you through all the action. Russ, the voice, Bray.
Thank you, Andy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final of the talkSPORT Darts Championship. Will you please welcome first from Benfica to Bradford, an ex-player as a football career that stretched 4 decades and across 4 countries. Let's hope his darts are quicker than some of his antidotes. It's the double defending champion, the Welsh Dragon himself. It's Dean, the storyteller, Saunders.
Yeah, the storyteller on his way to the stage at this venue, which is becoming increasingly iconic for World Darts. Ali Pali, Winter Gardens, Lakeside, Jollies in Stoke. Add the Moreton Bell to that exultant list. The storyteller's never lost here. Can Jamie O'Hara change that? Back to Russ Bray.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, he hosts the Sports Bar. He used to be a famous footballer and has one of the biggest radio shows in Europe. He was an absolute sick note, so it's a miracle he's still here today and now. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the star of Big Brother House and Love Undercover. But will he get hearts racing on the hockey? It's Jamie, that chunk, O'Hara!
Well, the chunk was here almost as early as Dino was late this morning, throwing practice darts. Well, he appears to be the pantomime villain ahead of this three-legged final. So we've had single leg quarters and semi-finals, but now that we're in the final, we're still starting from 301, but the difference is it's best of 3 legs between the two players, but the same 10-minute time limit will be in effect. So if it's gone 10 minutes and nobody's won the leg, a klaxon will sound, and then nearest the bull will decide who wins any particular leg, and that could be the first, second, or indeed the third leg. So you've got to win 2 to lift the trophy, and you have to finish on a double. Dean Saunders used to be Jamie O'Hara's manager at Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wasn't for long, because he wasn't in charge for long, and Jamie O'Hara didn't stick around for long. So it is nearest the bull. So Dino gets first go at the bull, and he hits just outside the 25 in single 14. So O'Hara with a chance to better that, and does. So first blood in effect to Jamie O'Hara, who gets the bull. So he will have the throw in the first and potentially the third legs if it comes to that. So we're underway for the talkSPORT Darts Final 2025. And Jamie O'Hara starts with a 34 scored from 301, remember. And Dino's taken out the 1 of the 301. Out the board looking for tops. 21. Just 21 scored. Nervous start for both players in this final. But Jamie O'Hara with his second visit right in the red bit with his first dart. Drifts a little into 1. Recovers for a steady 41. Jamie was averaging 33 with his 9-dart average so far this afternoon, and 14% on his checkouts. 30 for Dean Saunders, who's averaging just a bit better with his 9-dart, with his 3-dart average rather. 37.63, 16% on his checkouts, and 85 from Jamie O'Hara. Very nicely done. Will take him down to a finish. Dean Saunders back on 250 less these.
36.
And only 36 scored. 141 is the outshot for Jamie O'Hara. Single 20, leaves 121, 101 left. Stays on the 20s at a very nice, steady 60. Good grouping from Jamie O'Hara to get down to 81 for the leg. Dean Saunders, the champion, under pressure, coming down from 214, but a couple of 20s. 60, very nearly a ton. He's already scored a ton today, Dean Saunders, but Jamie O'Hara wants 81 for the first leg. Hits 4, 77 left. Now 57, having hit a single 20. And doesn't go for 17 for tops, maybe not thinking straight. So he's not got down to a finish there. So 154 for Dean Saunders. It won't go with a single 1. But treble 19 on the cover is handy, but Jamie O'Hara wants 37. So where's he going to go? He went 5 for double 16. He's on the wire. Around about 8 o'clock on the board. Just on the wire with a second dart as well, but he may be back. But 89 required for Dean Saunders at this point. Hits single 19, so 70 left for the storyteller. Bullseye for the leg for Dean Saunders. Way off, way off. Actually closer to that 20 he hit second dart. So double 16, Jamie O'Hara. He's inside, so double 8 next door. He's inside double 8, across to double 4. And he wires it on the outside. Chance goes. So double 15 is the outshot for Dean Saunders. Steadies himself on the hockey. He's a good 2 inches away from the target with that first dart. Little closer with the second dart. Closer still, but not enough with the third. No score. So Jamie O'Hara is back in for double 4. For the first leg in this best-of-3 encounter. He's way off, nearly hit single 18. Not much closer with the second dart, and hits double 18 to bust his score with the third. So, back to double 15 for Dean Saunders. Single 15 hit, leaving him obviously with 15. Where's he going to go? 3 for double 6? He went for the 3 and bust his score by hitting 19. Back we go to the chunk. Back on double 4. Just inside double 4, double 2. Edging towards the madhouse. And he hits double 17, so he's bust his score. Back to 8, and Dean Saunders back to 30, double 15. Half an inch outside, good marker. Same sort of dart with the second dart and with the third. Good grouping, but nowhere near the bed. Jamie O'Hara wants 8, 2 4s. Again, way outside the mark. Inside double 4, 1 dart, double 2. And again, he's just outside, but he'll be back for double 2 next time if 30 doesn't go for the storyteller. He's hit single 2. 28 left, so 2 14s for Dean Saunders. 16 scored only in the end for the champion. Double 2 for Jamie O'Hara. Inside, he's in the madhouse. Double 1. They all seem to end up there, and he busts his score. So at least he's back on double 2 next time. Double 7 for Dean Saunders now. Pins it to take the first leg. Don't know how many darts that took him, but Dean Saunders takes the first leg in a best-of-3 against Jamie O'Hara, pinning double 7. Second leg to come shortly. Let's hand you back for a moment to Andy and Benty.
Cheers, Dance. Yes, me and DB watching that one. They took their time to get that double in. I thought it was going to go nearest to the ball in the end.
Yeah, no, to be fair, and that's what you said. You said it to O'Hara, and we had him on there earlier. Dino will give you a chance because you haven't finished. He had a chance to finish, you didn't. But nerves are a big thing. I think that you didn't think existed until today.
Yeah, they really do. I did feel as though if Jamie was going to have any chance of winning this, he needed to take the first leg.
Is it best out of 3 or first?
We are in vision, I'm being told. It's first to 2.
Oh, so Dino's got, okay, so.
Yeah.
I just think Dino now, he's got, as she was saying, he's got real smooth.
A nice smooth throw.
Yeah, and it's not, I mean, he's using my darts, by the way. He never asked me for permission.
Okay. So your darts are in the finals, just you're not?
Yeah, I'm not there, yeah.
Okay.
So, but no, yeah, Jamie's got to bring this one back, obviously, but I think he needs to get off to a good start. I think if you get off to a good start, you have a chance.
Yeah, they're just having a little warm-up now. If you are watching, by the way, you will notice that it's a packed house in here, so the pressure is going to raise just a little bit more. Let's hand back to Ian Danton now. As things currently stand, it's the storyteller. Dean Saunders needs one more leg to be crowned champion of the world for the 3rd time. Back to you, Dance.
Cheers, Andy. And remember that Dean Saunders won that first leg against the darts, and he will have the honour in the second leg. So things falling very nicely Dean Saunders' way after pinning double 7 in that first leg. It is the best of 3, so no more margin for error for Jamie O'Hara. Rusbray calls them to order, and Dean is up to the oche. Starting on the 20s, he's going to get a 60. Indeed he is. Good start from the storyteller. O'Hara can't afford any slip-ups, otherwise I know where Jason Cundy's going at 10 o'clock tonight on the Sports Bar. He won't be interested in what Arsenal do in the Champions League or Newcastle do in our live games tonight. He's going to be gunning for his mate.
26.
Bed and breakfast 26 for Dean Saunders. Remember, the PDC World Darts starts tomorrow night on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, whilst we bring you our Europa League and Europa Conference League football across the talkSPORT network. Join us on the Darts YouTube channel from 7 o'clock. And Luke Littler, the world champion, as always on night 1, the world champ, plays one of the matches. He's up against Darius Labanauskas in one of the 4 matches we'll bring you. Now, Dean Saunders has thrown in a very tidy score to get down to 117.
21.
Jamie O'Hara back on 280 less, a very paltry visit of 21. 117 for Dean Saunders. Just waiting on the oche before he hits single 16. So 101 left. Could have gone treble 17 bull. Went for the 19s. Their maths not quite up there with those who'll be on the Ali Pali stage from tomorrow night, unless it's Jose de Souza, who can't count. Jamie O'Hara back on the oche, looking to get it down to a finish, but he's nowhere near. He's languishing, Jamie O'Hara. It's got to him. The occasion's got to him. And Dean Saunders is powering through. 77 for the title. Actually went for 57. They went for treble 19. And I think he hit single 7. He hit treble 7 and then 16 and leaves himself on a finish, I think. 201 for Jamie O'Hara. 35 left. So he's on an odd number. O'Hara hits 58, but it could all be academic. 3 for double 2 would surely be the outshot for Dean Saunders. He hits the 3, double 16 for the title. He's inside double 16, but he'll be back for double 8 unless Jamie O'Hara does the incredible and takes out 143. He can't, hitting single 5 twice. And then treble 1. It's all gone to pot for the chunk. It's all gone Spursy at the worst possible moment for Jamie O'Hara. Double 8 on the outside for Dean Saunders for the title. Inside across to double 4. Shifts across to his right, just on the outside of double 4. So the weight goes on. Jamie O'Hara now wants 130. And he's only hit a single 1, so that won't go. Once again, the initiative handed to the 2-time champion.
They require 8.
Double 4, he's straight at it. 2 inches outside. Just adjusts himself along the oche. Oh, he busts his score by hitting 13. A chance for Jamie O'Hara. 89 for the chunk. Can he somehow get back into this? 45 hit. That's very handy. 44 left. So 4 for tops. Where's he going to go? He's just getting some advice from Russ Bray. Taking his time, Jamie O'Hara. Hits the single 4. Double top for Jamie O'Hara. Oh, and he's wired it. He did that in the last game as well. Wired double top. Will he be back? Double 4 for Dean Saunders. Busted score, hits double 18 next door. There is a chance for the chunk. Double top to level it up at 1 apiece. O'Hara back in. Oh, he hits treble 1. Snatched to that dart horribly. 37 left. 5 would be double 16. Hits 5, double 16. For 1-1. And he's a couple of inches outside, but he is at least on a good double. But so is Dean Saunders. Double 4 still required. Hit single 4, double 2 at the bottom. On the outside, not once but twice. So double 16 for Jamie O'Hara to level it up. Hits 8, I think. So double 12 is the requirement now. Now double 6 across to the right at 3 o'clock on the board. Out of the board. Double 6 is left. It's all getting very tense up there. Dean now wants double 2 for the title. 1 dart outside, pins it! It's the 3-peat! It's the 3-peat! The storyteller Saunders! This story will rival War and Peace for its length and complexity, because he's done it again. He has never lost on the Moortown Bell stage, and Dean Saunders is your 3-time talkSPORT World Darts Champion, pinning double 2 to see off Jamie the Chunk O'Hara by 2 legs to 0.
Thanks, Dan. Welcome back. I think back to us now, Andy. You going to speak, Andy, or anything?
I am, yeah. Good that everyone backstage knows what's going on. Well done to Dean Saunders. 3 on the bounce. You got handed to him. That is quite exceptional.
Yeah, I mean, the way he threw, got a little bit nervous, but again, I go back to last year where Cundy had about 4 or 5 chances to beat him, didn't do it, and then to hit the 3, and then today in his semi-final they had the opportunity, didn't hit it, and in the final O'Hara had the chance to get himself back into it, doesn't do it. But listen, we got Dino in the green room, we beat him. This is his home patch.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's used to it. But, you know, in any sport, and it is a sport, the talkSPORT World Darts Championship, in any sport, you win the title 3 times on the bounce. That takes some doing, you know. Commiserations, Jamie O'Hara, he just wasn't good enough. He had his chances. But for Dean Saunders to win back to back to back is quite exceptional.
3-peat, absolutely incredible. Fair play to him.
Well, hold on, let's just cross over to Russ Bray now.
There's ever been. Will you please welcome world champion, that is Miss Beau Greaves.
Well, congratulations to Dino. I think. Oh, my ears are gone. Can you hear anything?
You understand that you just popped your wire out because you stood on your wire.
Carry on, you carry on.
Yeah, so congratulations to Dino. 3-peat, absolutely incredible scenes. Andy just pulled his own wire out because that is him.
That sounds wrong.
Yes, but no, listen, fair play to him. I thought he was brilliant. O'Hara's already took his shot off in protest. So,
I think we're going to have a word with the loser, Jamie O'Hara. He's just alongside.
He's not happy, is he? Look at him.
He's not happy. There's obviously a bit of controversy going on.
He's angry. Look, he's angry.
Are we going to get him up here for a chat?
Oh, what's happening, Jay? Come on, mate.
Have you got a microphone? Come up. Come up. We'll have a chat with you. Standing commiserations. What's the matter? We're on. Yeah, we're on. Yeah.
We're live.
Didn't look happy towards the end there, Jay.
No. I'm in the final and I've made it there. Dino's too good. I said he was too good.
Did he beat you last year in the final?
No, who did I beat last year? I can't remember. But look, we had a go. We enjoyed it. Good fun.
Come on, let's bring the winner on as well.
I fell apart in the second leg. He got an early big number, and I think
Dino.
7.
Yeah, it's tough. Dean, congratulations to you. Well done to you, sir. Put your mic to your mouth.
It was important I won the first leg.
Yeah.
I had a couple of chances, didn't I?
Congratulations, Dino.
At the doubles, but meant to be.
Dino, yeah. I mean, finally, what's it like to win it 3 on the bounce? One's impressive, 2's pretty spectacular, but 3, my goodness.
I'm going to go home tonight and have a think about it, but I think I should give somebody else a chance. The youngsters, let them come through. I might retire.
So annoying, isn't it?
I'll wake up in the morning, I'm going to retire from darts.
No.
Is that official? Is that official?
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Well, because I'm trying to fit golf and snooker into my life with football.
We'll have that match.
And
I'm getting sick of getting beat by Dean, by the way. I get beat by darts, golf, everything.
If ever I feel depressed, I play Jamie at sport.
Oh.
And I just beat him. He crumbled, didn't he? You crumbled.
Well,
second leg.
Yeah.
I needed to win the first leg.
Dean, let me ask you this. Did you feel pressure out there this afternoon?
No, because you've been up there, you do, when your elbow starts moving, you do twitch a bit. It's not smooth.
He's talking like he's a pro.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is...
He's got the trophy in his hand, Jamie.
He thinks he could get a flight out to Australia and back for England in the Ashes.
I was thinking of Dino, sorry, just quickly, what darts were you using?
Yeah, he used your darts.
Yours?
That's actually a fine. I saw he had your darts in the final.
I seen that.
That's unacceptable.
What you didn't realise was...
Rematch.
I had a word with his darts, and I said, I know Bentley's been throwing them too hard. I'll just slide you into the bed.
Can you change darts halfway through a tournament?
I think you can. I know you're looking for a reason, but that's not it, sadly.
You can't take another player's darts.
Also, where are my darts, Dean, just so out of curiosity?
Well, they're up there. I've auctioned them off. Yeah. Because they are valuable darts now. You've ruined them.
Yeah. Listen, we do this every year. You're going to have to jack it in, mate.
No, we don't. He needs to be beaten on the stage.
Nah.
Well, someone's going to beat me at some point.
Doesn't even work for
a bit like Phil the Power Taylor. You know when you feel like you can't get beat? And I've got like an aura that people
I think that's just because you haven't showered today.
Jamie, when I won the first leg, he just crumbled.
Yeah.
And I've seen him do that at Molyneux. When he's given a few balls away, he's miskicked a few balls.
He's the worst gaffer I ever had.
Do you want to see the winning moment, Dean? Do you want to see this is the moment where Dean Saunders threw what turned out to be, of course, the final dart to become champion of the world for the the third time on the bounce. You had your chances at it, Dino, didn't you? But finally it went in. How are you feeling then?
I was thinking I'm missing too many doubles. It's going to come back to haunt me. But luckily, Jamie'd already crumbled.
Oh, he's giving it to you large.
Why is he giving it to me?
Don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's horrible, isn't he?
I mean, look.
Horrible.
When we got here today, he wasn't expected to get to the final, let alone when he's... Well, he was actually Cundy. But then to beat Darren Bent in the semis, that's what he'll walk away with.
Listen, at the end of the day, the story of the day is the drive time, boys.
Yeah, we were...
You disgraced talkSPORT.
No, sorry, Jay. Let me interrupt you.
You disgraced...
No, the story is him, Gabby. That's the story.
You got beat by Gabby, who never played darts. Didn't even look like he could throw a dart.
I never thought I'd say this, but I want to hear more from you,
He hit the camera.
Yeah,
Gabby hit the camera.
You got beat by someone who hit the camera.
Andy,
come on.
I've never seen a man crumble like you did today.
Yeah.
Jamie crumbled.
Doing me, it's about it.
No, but you did. Yeah, you bit of stick.
I had to give something back. I had to give Gabby his moment. Otherwise, he's got nothing, the fella.
Don't score.
Oi,
That's a horrible shout.
Don't score.
Gabby's just a stand-in for breakfast. He's got to have something in his life, do you know what I mean?
He's a stand-in for sports bar. He turns up and beats me every time.
Come off the bench. I come off the bench again today.
You've done well.
And yeah, I'd like to thank all my fans.
Both of them.
Yeah. I'd like to thank the Lord for giving me the strength.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And I'd like to thank all the people who helped me, the masseurs, my coach, my dart.
Is that Real Madrid under Ancelotti when they win the Champions League every year?
He's like Arsenal, unbearable.
And you know, you're like Spurs.
No, because he wins.
Spurs in the final. Spursy. What happened? You were a bit Spursy. Yeah.
I was a bit Spursy. I needed to win the first leg, and I think I missed 6 doubles. So you missed 6 doubles.
Listen, commiserations to you. You should hang your head high because you got to the final.
Got to the final. You should be ashamed.
It's not about me.
No, you should be ashamed.
We're going to go to a break, and then when we come back, we're going to concentrate on all the football tonight. Let's leave the last words from you, Dean Saunders, the 3 times talkSPORT darts champion of the world. Take us to the break. What do you want to say?
On a serious note, we started off at a little Mickey Mouse dart tournament, and it has turned into something really brilliant. And there's loads of people watching on YouTube. And thanks to talkSPORT for asking me to play in it. I'm really proud to be involved.
Work for talkSPORT. What did you expect?
Well, yeah, but I'm part-time, aren't I?
Just. Dean, congratulations to you. A round of applause for, again, 3-time darts champion of the world. Commiserations to the chunk. He'll be back next year.
See you tonight, Sports Bar. Best show on radio, 10 p.m.
Don't forget, 10 p.m. tonight, if you're one of those 4 listeners of the Sports Bar. There you go, Dino. He's getting a big round of applause, and rightly so. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations, Dino.
I'm proud to be on drive.
Yeah, just get off now. I've had enough of you. Right, that's it. Congratulations to Dean Saunders, newly crowned champion of the darting world.
You're a disgrace.
You're a disgrace as well. More from the disgraced Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent for hour number 2 of Drive Time right after this. See you in a second.
From the Toffees to the Tractor Boys, the Eagles to the Seagulls, Gunners, Bees, Hammers and Magpies, Premier League teams have got a load of crazy nicknames. Ever wondered where they came from? Let's start with Everton. They're dubbed the Toffees, but why? Well, because when the club was formed, just down the road there were two local toffee shops. Ye Ancient Everton Toffee House and Mother Noblet's Toffee Shop were big fan favourites. Next, they say if you can't beat 'em, join 'em, and that's exactly what Ipswich Town did when it came to their nickname. The term Tractor Boys used to be chanted by their opponents as a way of putting the team down for their farming background. But during one game back in the late 90s, Ipswich were 1-0 up and they decided to flip the script. 1-0 to the Tractor Boys, they sang, and a new nickname was born. Let's head to Leicester, famous for more than just a red, well, orangey cheese and Jamie Vardy. Leicestershire's also the birthplace of fox hunting, hence the Foxes. Next up, turns out apples are not the only fruit that don't fall far from the tree. Bournemouth's nickname, the Cherries, comes from the fact the club's stadium was originally built right next to a bunch of cherry orchards. This next story actually involves two club nicknames. It started with Crystal Palace. They were having an absolute nightmare run back in the early 70s. They'd been relegated after a terrible spell and manager Malcolm Allison decided enough was enough. He wanted a new nickname, something strong, fast and destined for success. Something exactly like an eagle. But there's more to this one. Brighton were in search of a nickname too, and Palace finally gave them what they needed. In a heated match between the two back in 1976, Palace fans began chanting, "Eagles, Eagles." And some clever Brighton fans came up with the perfect reply, "Seagulls, Seagulls." Not all club nicknames have a crazy story though. Take the Gunners. That just comes from the fact a group of munitions workers in the Royal Arsenal factory in Woolwich set up the club in 1886. On the flip side, some nicknames seem simple, but there's a bit more to them, like West Ham. The Hammers is actually nothing to do with the ham part of the name. It comes from the fact the club used to be called Thames Ironworks FC and was made up of workmen and shipbuilders. So next time the away end's chanting their crazy nickname, you'll now know exactly where it came from.
Welcome back to our number 2 of Champions League Drive. It's live from the talkSPORT Darts Trophy. Just won, actually, before the break by the defending champion, the storyteller, Dean Saunders. Well done to he. Your show is coming via me, Andy Goldstein, beaten in the first round, and Darren Bent, beaten in the semi-finals. We don't need to talk about that anymore, because still to come, we're going to be joined by a host of wonderful guests following today's talkSPORT Darts Trophy. Oh, we do we? Oh, OK, that won't stop. But now, it's also a big night of Champions League action. And, of course, it's all live across the talkSPORT network.
Bounces for Schick, who shoots from the halfway line. Oh, my word! What a goal from Patrick Schick!
Bounces kindly for Harvey Barnes, and he's done it again. It's Harvey Barnes for Newcastle United.
If Newcastle can grab a spell of momentum, they can definitely go and win this.
And it's in! Onyedika has given Club Brugge the lead. Martinelli is clear. Can he round it off? He does! Arsenal sitting pretty at the top of the Champions League phase table. It has become a rivalry that has defined the European stage over the last half a decade. Inside the penalty area, Haaland! Manchester City is flinging it past Edison. Bellingham!
Oh my God!
3-2 Real Madrid.
Bernabeu is not easy, but the draw is the draw, and accept the challenge.
Yeah, following us at 7, Adrian Dunn brings you live coverage of Leverkusen against Newcastle. Commentary comes via Jim Proudfoot and Alan Pardew as well. Meanwhile, over on talkSPORT 2, Alex Crook, Perry Groves, they bring you commentary of Club Brugge against Arsenal. Let's look ahead to the Newcastle game in a bit more detail. They're currently 15th after 5 games. They're looking to bounce back, of course, from that 2-1 defeat against Marseille last time out. The gaffer, Eddie Howe, has been speaking to the media and is confident they can turn their fortunes around.
Been relatively pleased with how we've done in the Champions League this year. I think the Barcelona game was a strong performance. Actually, the 2 defeats we've had have been similar patterns in games where I think we've been really strong in our performance, but we haven't come away with what I felt we deserved in both of those games. So we don't want that empty feeling again.
Listen, not been a great campaign for Newcastle so far. How difficult is it for a team like Newcastle to guarantee that they get top 8 in this competition?
It's hard because I think there's only a handful of teams we can guarantee they'll finish in the top 8 because they're top quality, got deep squads, fantastic players. I mean, they're coming up against a Leverkusen side who've lost 2 out of their last 3, so I wouldn't say they're absolutely flying with confidence. But Newcastle, good result against Burnley, 2-1. I know you'd probably expect them to beat Burnley, but you'd rather go into that game, right, with a bit of confidence after winning at the weekend. But it's going to be difficult. There's a number of teams that are up there in the Champions League. Arsenal, City will be there. Real Madrid you'd expect to get there. Chelsea are up there, obviously, on a disappointing result last night. There are some really good teams. Bayern Munich in the Champions League. So that top 8 is going to be difficult, but I keep saying it. For Newcastle, yes, they'd love to finish inside the top 8, but PSG showed everyone last season you don't necessarily have to finish in the top 8 to win the whole competition. I know you might have to go the long route, the harder route, but at the same time, if you're good enough to win the competition, then you'll win it. But for Newcastle and Eddie Howe, I think it's squad depth. They've got Visser coming back now, so that'll help Wolf Armada a little bit. But that's where Newcastle are going to struggle coming up against other sides that have got big budgets, that the PSR will kind of suit them a little bit. And until they regularly finish inside the Champions League and keep trying to glow their global brand, they're going to be in this situation for a little while.
You mentioned that Visser's coming back. Of course, Anthony Gordon, Harvey Barnes have both got 4 goals each in this competition. I suppose this time last year, if we were talking about how well Newcastle would do in the Champions League, we'd talk about the amount of goals that Alexander Isak was going to get. He's obviously not there. He's at Liverpool now. Do they miss him? When you watch Newcastle play, is it obvious he's not there?
Well, they don't miss this version of Isak, by the way, because at the minute he's struggling. And I mean, watching the game last night, he's struggling bad. Like it's almost like when he played, I almost felt like, and I know it's different pressure when you go from, first of all, go from Newcastle to Liverpool, and then you go for the amount of money that he goes for. I understand that's a different level of pressure. But when he was at Newcastle, he played with this freedom, like his touches were nice, he could kind of move where he wanted to go, he glided across the turf, everything was just elegant and just easy. And at the minute at Liverpool, he is really, really struggling in terms of everything's a bit rigid, a bit rugged, he's not really playing with that same amount of freedom, it's almost like he's playing with a little bit more desperation. And I understand that when you've been a striker and you haven't scored as many goals as you'd like, you do start to chase it a little bit, whereas the very, very best in the world don't. They let it naturally come to them. So I wouldn't say Newcastle do miss this version of Isak, and I think Wolf Armada's done well. But I think the fact that Visser's coming back in now, that should help, because Harvey Barnes has done well. I like Gordon. I've liked Wolf Armada. If they could get maybe 1 or 2 more goals from midfield, that would help. But I wouldn't say right now they miss this version of Isak. The Isak we saw last year, 100%. But right now, he's not there anymore, so you can't really even talk about him. But I think Wolf Armada's done a good job.
We saw Man City struggle when they went to Leverkusen, lost by 2-0. Obviously, it's not an easy place to go. How do you think Newcastle will get on tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. But as I said, Leverkusen have lost 2 out of their last 3. And Newcastle...
Can I ask you, you've played at the highest level, obviously I haven't. Does form carry over from one competition to another? If you're playing well in the Premier League, you automatically play well in the Champions League and vice versa. If you're going through a barren patch in the Premier League, does that form transfer into another competition or not?
Yeah, because confidence is massive. Like if you go into the Champions League game winning 5 of your last 5, like Aston Villa going into their European game, oh my goodness, they must be on cloud 9, full of confidence. Whereas if you go into if you're struggling in your league, like can't win a game, and you go into the Champions League, it's awful. So I think you can carry form over, but Newcastle will fancy it. As you said, it's going to be tough. They beat Man City 2-0, Leverkusen, really, really good side. But I think Newcastle will fancy going there and getting something. Whether that's a win or not, they'll think they can leave with a point.
You mentioned squad depth there. That's going to be incredibly important for teams like Newcastle if they do get to the latter stages of competitions like this. Do you think that the board, not just Newcastle, but all the clubs involved in European competition, when they're getting to the latter stages, are waiting to see where they are in January with regards to whether or not they're going to splash the cash?
Well, it just depends what they can spend, because for Newcastle, if they do get to the latter stages of the Champions League and it gets to January, how much is going to be there to spend? Like, I can't see, and I don't know, listen, I'm not a financial expert, I'm sure Simon will be able to tell us a bit more, but I doubt Newcastle are going to have 250 million there in January waiting.
Not.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas maybe some of the other squads, I think it was reported about Arsenal January time, might have about 100, 150 million to spend. So there's the difference, like in terms of that global power and that PSR situation. So, listen, Newcastle are having a good season, maybe not as consistent in the Premier League as they'd probably like, because they've not been at their usual high standards. But again, I think Newcastle, whenever you go to St James's Park, it's tough. They've got a good squad of players, they've got a good coach, and I think they've always got an opportunity in games.
What do you think the priority for Newcastle is this season? Is it the Premier League or is it the Champions League?
Well, they're not going to win the Champions League, right?
No, but they're not going to win the Premier League.
No, but I always think for a club like Newcastle, certainly where they are in terms of squad depth and situations, I don't see why they don't prioritise a domestic trophy every season. Now,
when you say prioritise it, you mean like in the League and FA Cup?
League Cup, FA Cup.
Full strength side.
Every time.
Yeah.
All season, every single year, prioritise that. Yes, I know getting further in the Champions League stage is fantastic. And listen, I'm saying they will never win it. They could win it. I just don't think they will win it. But once you're in the competition, you've always got a chance, right? But I think for a club like Newcastle, if they prioritise domestic trophies every single season, full strength, there's no reason why they can't. They showed last season beating Liverpool in the final. There's no reason why they can't win a trophy.
Yeah, when everyone's fit, I think it's fair to say that they're strongest in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
Where are their weaknesses, Newcastle?
So I like them up front. I like Alanga on the right. I like Wolfamado, Vissa. I like Barnes and Gordon on the left.
They've got a lot of pace, right?
Yeah.
A lot of pace.
Maybe centre-back.
Yeah?
Because I look at them at centre-back. I like Fabian Schär, getting older, not the quickest. Dan Burn, been brilliant, not quick.
No.
Botman, since he's done the knee injury, I think he's done a couple, not the quickest. So probably that would be the one.
Are you a fan of Pope?
I think he's a fantastic shot stopper, not good enough for his feet. And I personally think Ramsdale's a better goalkeeper.
I can ask you about that, yeah. Is that who you start when they're both fit?
I think he's a better goalkeeper, okay. Aaron Ramsdale. So maybe centre-half is probably the situation. Although, I say that, I think his name's is it Chow? He's decent, by the way, at centre-half. Scored a few goals recently. He's looked brilliant. So maybe someone to partner him, but they've got options there. But listen, you can always strengthen.
Okay. That game live on talkSPORT. Leverkusen against Newcastle. How do you see it going, DB?
I think Leverkusen win.
Comfortably?
3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
Okay. Reminder, after a busy night of football, the boys on the sports bar will be there to take your calls. I don't know what state they'll be in, because I'll be honest, they're both behind me now at the bar. And we know what Cundy's like after one, O'Hara after a half, so who knows. But make sure you tune in at 10 p.m. You can have your say on all of tonight's football. When we come back, we'll look back at a busy afternoon in the world of the talkSPORT Darts World Championship. You think my voice is croaky? Russ Bray, with the croakiest voice in World Darts, he'll be joining us to tell us what it was like calling the shots this afternoon. More from me, Benny, and Russ right after this.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. Been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How do you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it, Biggs.
Welcome back. You're listening to Champions League Drive live on a day where we've had a winner in the talkSPORT annual darts trophy. It was Dean Saunders. Don't ask what happened to me and Bentley. I'm here, Bentley's here, and our friends at Just Eat, the app for all your delivery needs. Still to come, we'll be asking why Arsenal gets so many injuries, and just quickly, Spurs are looking to offload Yves Bissouma in the January transfer window. But time now to discuss the talkSPORT darts trophy, thanks to our wonderful friends at QuickFit.
The talkSPORT Darts Trophy live with QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
Yeah, join us now to look through the day's action, give us his view. He's the man who oversaw the whole thing, the legendary referee. The voice of darts, Russ Braid's alongside us. Russ, lovely to see you.
Oh, it's lovely to be here. I'll tell you what a great day.
It has been a great day, right?
It's awesome.
You weren't here last year.
No,
this is the first time you've done it.
Yeah, first one I've done, and put me a date in for next year. I'm missing this. I'm missing this.
That's very kind. What, before you arrived today, right, you'd obviously seen the speculation. You'd heard everyone on talkSPORT talking about it. What did you expect? What sort of level, before you got here, did you expect from everyone?
I expected the pub level. I see you. You were Bentley a couple of days ago, didn't I?
Yeah.
And I thought, well, it's going to be tidy. It's going to be okay.
So kind, isn't he?
Yeah. I'm being polite.
Tidy,
I'm being polite.
I know you are.
Yeah, pub level of darts is what you're expecting on something like this. And I've got to be honest, I think Dino went just slightly above that. He done very, very well.
Do you think the best player won?
No.
Oh, this is aimed at me, isn't it?
No, it's not. I know he was going to say it.
Who do you think the best player was?
I thought Jamie was going to win it, and I'm being honest. When we was over there practicing and chatting and bits and pieces, I honestly thought Jamie O'Hara would win it because he's got a much more solid throw as opposed to a nice flighty throw.
Are you saying he looks like a dart player? Yeah. Is that the kind way of saying it? He looks like a darts player, right?
He was good. He was brilliant, to be honest. And I honestly thought Jamie was going to win it. But, obviously,
he didn't.
He sold us hitting the doubles. It's proved me wrong.
It's amazing what pressure can do, right?
Oh, you're familiar with that word, are you?
Listen,
you surprised me.
Well, I've never felt pressure in my life. With any job I've done, even when I've played in the 9-ball tournaments over in America, I never. But when you're up there, I didn't feel, oh my goodness, it's pressure. But when you're up there, whatever you've done in practice, it just completely goes. I mean, you would have seen it, I would imagine, many a time from many a great player.
And that is so right, because, I mean, I've been down in the practice room where the guys have been practicing, and it's hitting 140, 180, 100, 140, 180, 100, bang, bang on their doubles. I get up there, stand there, say, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, game on. And everything goes south, you know. Get caught in the headlights like a rabbit would do, and that style of thing. And you see them froze, but the problem you got there, you're on your own.
Yeah.
And if it's going wrong, you ain't got an halfback to help you out if you're a fullback. Do you know what I mean, or anything like that? You are literally on your own, and you've got to try and correct it yourself. And when it's going wrong, it's the hardest thing to do. hardest thing ever.
Yeah.
That was what I felt about, because, listen, I know Andy. Me and Andy play darts all the time. You saw us playing the other day.
Yep.
And he's one of those guys, in the green room, he's like throwing, like, all casual. That's the worst in terms of crumbling I've ever seen him do. Because, what did you say to me there? Usually he'd go 20s, 20s, 20s. What did you start aiming for because you're panicking?
The left-hand side of the ball, just to hit.
Just to hit something.
Just to nick a treble.
Yeah, it's 11 to 14s. It's start looking to try and get a score. Yeah, that's under pressure. And that's, I mean, obviously the top boys don't know, but they still, if you still keep going for the 20, you're going to hit the 5 on ones.
I did think the dart ball was skew-if, and that's why they should have been going in the 20s, but they were finding a way. Who decided to put 1 and 5 either side of that 20?
Well, I mean,
it's an absolute killer.
Guy called Brian Gambling.
Right, but it's his fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn Brian Gambling. I've been lucky enough to present the darts a few times on Sky Sports, and I've been behind the scenes, and I've seen players that couldn't hit a cow's backside of a banjo, and they've come in, they've had a few orange juices,
yes,
and they've gone out there, and then they've performed. You must have seen that a lot with orange juice making the difference. I mean, they obviously need something to steady the nerves, right?
Yeah, but you take someone like Lou Littler, he doesn't drink at all.
Of course.
He don't drink at all. The youngsters coming through are not allowed to drink.
Good.
Because they're too
I think
young.
that's just a law in the country, right?
Well, exactly. It's a law to turn around and say you're under 18, you're not allowed to do it.
Yeah.
So consequently, they go up there. And I've always turned around and said, a lot of these dart players, when they're at home practicing, do you drink when you practice? No.
Yeah.
So why do you want one there?
Yeah.
You know? So the drink side or the drink element of the game is dropping. It is dropping out. Yeah, it's great. But, yeah, you know, the older generation, the older ones of us do need the odd help in life, don't we?
It's interesting to say the younger generation. We spoke to Beau Greaves earlier on. She's got, I think, is it Daryl Gurney in the first round?
She has.
So, listen, it starts tomorrow, the PDC World Darts Championship. How many have you done, by the way?
This PDC World calling in
how many years?
28 years. I mean, 20 or 30 years.
So you've seen obviously the very best there is, and I'm going back to like Wilson and Bristow. And now I'm talking about Taylor, and then obviously we've got Luke Littler, a new generation.
Van Gerwens,
Humphreys. Okay, there's too many to name. But my question is, have you ever seen anyone as good as Luke Littler coming through? Because back in the day when you were getting into the world of darts, you would have been 25, 26. We're getting kids picking up. Beau was saying that she picked up a dart when she was 10. I mean, that's an anomaly. Or it was an anomaly back then, right?
Well, I spoke with Beau just before she left. I've known Beau a long time. We done a thing when she was 11 years of age. It's on YouTube, you can see it. And she went up there and they had to throw, I think it was something like 9 darts. And she hit 600 and something really ridiculously stupid for a kid of 11, yeah? So much so that one of the panellists was a guy called Alan Warriner, former world number one, was up. He turned around and said, oh, Beau, what are you doing tonight? You can come and play in our team. But she was 11. And this is what you've got today now with the dart players. With the kids, with the academies, they're all coming through. They're 11, 12, hitting 9 darts, hitting 180 for fun, hitting the big scores. And that's where the game has turned around. And literally, seriously, it's where it's all gone. It's massive.
Let me ask you then, Ross, because you spoke about the new generation of dart player compared to the old one. Like, obviously, back in the day, they used to, we spoke about drink and
maybe drink and smoke.
Right, and maybe not take care of themselves as much as they probably should have done.
Yep.
Do you think now with this new generation of dart player that are maybe looking after themselves a bit more, maybe a little bit more fitness-based, do you think that will make much more of a difference?
Yeah, I do. It's mindset. Like most sports, it's between the ears. Yeah, if that's right between the ears, no matter what you do. You know full well yourself on the footballing side of things. You know, if you've got your mind right, no one's going to touch you on whatever position it is you play. You stand there. We mentioned earlier on. You stand in front of the cop. Yeah, against Liverpool, and you got a penalty, and they're all jeering you. Yeah. You ain't worried about what they're doing because your mindset is right. If your mindset ain't right, you miss a penalty. Mindset's right, you hit it. Same with darts. These guys, when they got their mindset right, away they go. And that's the beauty of the game.
We're going to let you go in just a moment. Thank you so much for the day.
Pleasure, Andy. You know that.
It's been absolutely wonderful. Apart from my game, it's been absolutely wonderful.
Oh, no, that was wonderful.
Last question. Are we going to see Luke Littler overtake Phil Taylor's record of... We're never going to see that.
No.
Why is that? Because he won't be in the game for long enough?
The reason why, when Phil kicked in and started, we'd only just begun with the PDC. So there wasn't that amount of players in depth.
Okay.
So, you know, basically Phil had Dennis Priestley to beat as such, in inverted commas.
Yeah.
And he had 8 years on the bounce winning the World Championship. No, Luke Littler won't do that. You've got too many good young players behind him. You've got Josh Rock, Kian Van Veen. Michael Van Gerwen's still only 36, 37 years old. He's a young man. Wade is only just over 40. These guys have still got it all there, and that is why someone like Luke Littler will not go and do what he done.
Give me one name, because we run out of time. One name.
Yeah, go on.
A reminder, PDC World Darts Championship, every single dart is live on the talkSPORT network. You won't miss a thing. Who will be the winner? One name.
Michael Van Gerwen.
Wow.
Shocks you there, aren't I?
Yeah, stop drinking. Russ, what an honour. I'm a big fan of yours. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure. Still to come, I'm going to be asking why Arsenal get so many injuries. First, so it's time for no Googling. As the PDC World Champs is tomorrow, we want to know, no help, don't shout out your answer. We want to know who's the first player to hit a 9-dart in PDC. Well, in a PDC World Darts Championship final. So not in the championships, in the final. Do you know that? Don't say it, but do you know?
I reckon I do, yeah.
Okay. Now you know, right? Don't say it. Was it him?
No.
Okay, you got it wrong.
No.
Okay, that's the right answer. Don't say it. You got it wrong. That's the right answer. The answer to that, and I'm afraid it gets worse for us, Jason Cundy. Yeah, I know, he's still on it. He's still a broadcaster. Jason Cundy will be joining us live on Drive on talkSPORT after this. See you in a second.
The talkSPORT Darts Trophy live with QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
Liverpool haven't played that well since August, according to talkSPORT's Danny Murphy. He's told White and Jordan Slot deserves credit for the control shown in their win at Inter.
Even the fullbacks stayed at home most of the night, you know, Gomez and Robertson. It was a really disciplined performance, and everyone contributed. I thought Curtis Jones was terrific.
Meanwhile, Danny says the only way back for Salah is saying sorry to Slot.
I don't think he's going to get an apology, which means he's done. You can't bring him back in the fold. He's done, you know, and from a business point of view, while he's still got value and the Saudis might pay something for him, it's time to move on.
Tonight on talkSPORT, Newcastle go to Bayer Leverkusen, while Arsenal's trip to Bruges is live on talkSPORT 2. Now, Pep Guardiola could end Xabi Alonso's time at Real Madrid if Man City get a decent win in the Bernabeu tonight. Former Madrid president Ramon Calderon's told White and Jordan after defeat to mid-table Celta Vigo, knives are out for Alonso.
I don't see any difference with any other coaches, any other moments when the team has lost 9 points, as in this case, in 5 La Liga matches.
Paul Pogba hopes to one day own the world's most expensive camel. He's become a major shareholder of Saudi-based camel racing team Al Haboob. Now at Monaco, Pogba says he's watched his fair share of races on YouTube. On our YouTube channel today, the talkSPORT Darts Trophy. Dean Saunders begins the defence of his title against Jermaine Pennant live all afternoon.
We have. You're listening to Champions League Drive live from the talkSPORT Darts Trophy. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent is here. We are in partnership with Quick Fit. Drive away, happy every time. Still to come, we'll be asking why Arsenal gets so many injuries. They travel to Club Bruges tonight. That's, of course, in the Champions League. And after the games are finished, you can have your say on the Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and a man who embarrassingly got beat in the first round today of the talkSPORT World Darts Championship. It's not about me. It's about you now. Jason Cundy, good afternoon.
Hello, boys. Oh, dear, the drive.
Oh, it's shocking for them,
Oh, dear. You two.
Well, you can't put me in the same camp as him, Jason.
Honestly, do you know what, right? I've never heard so much...
Are you all right? You well?
I've never heard so much chatter about darts this and darts that and this, the in-house and all this sort of... You two rock up and absolutely stink the gaff out.
Honestly,
stink the gaff
You were
out.
that first round, right? I didn't.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not playing every game.
No, me neither.
I've not got my own darts.
Me neither.
I'm not playing in tournaments. Stinking the gaff out.
Jay, listen. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I had to prove I'm human. So many people go, like, are you the best at everything, Goldstein? I'm like, well...
Do you know what? In the car on the way up, right, I've got to tell you this. Goldstein was saying, I'm the man of the people, right? And I'm saying, no, you...
I was playing for the working class today.
He wasn't. I said, I don't know what class you were playing for, but it ain't the working.
It was bad, wasn't it? No, listen. Usually when you have a pop at me, I've got a comeback. I've got nothing.
Just what
I've got my sleeves. There's nothing.
I was chatting to a few people back here, Maya and that, and they were back in the office. And I said, oh, what was the reaction like? They said in the office, and I quote, they've never heard a roar like it when you went out of the tournament. Man of the people.
She said that to me as well. She said the roar in the office.
Yeah, did you hear? Yeah, he's human after all.
Ian Morris said he walked across London Bridge with his fingers crossed that he'd lose.
Hey, you find out who your friends are at times like this, don't you? And it looks like I've got none.
You're a man of the people, though.
I know. Do you know what? I genuinely came here thinking I've got a chance of winning it. I even told my kids to watch it on YouTube.
Did you?
I hope they didn't.
Oh, you shamed the Goldstein name as well now.
Because you can still get Goldstein's golden paste.
No, it's gone.
Well, you're right, he has sold out, TV. We're doing
it again in the shop.
You got a pasting.
I did get a pasting. Let's talk about you. It's not about me. We've talked about me since we came in. It's about you. Firstly, did you enjoy it? And have you ever thrown a dart in the year between then and now?
The last time I threw a dart was at that dartboard a year ago. Now, I've not picked a dart. I don't play darts. I thought we did all right,
Because you had chances.
I had a couple of looks at doubles. But that's when I got nervous.
You did get nervous.
When I had to hit the doubles, I just hitting the board. It's when I had to hit the double. I'm like, I'm looking at a little piece of red cork. I'm going.
You didn't look nervous. See, you've known him a lot longer.
When I'm trying to hit the doubles, that's what I'm thinking. Oh no!
I wouldn't have said that about you. You used to look like you were just throwing, enjoying it.
No, I was having fun up until that point. Then I got nervous when I had to hit the little bit of cork.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. And we won't play it to him. You've got to be honest. Did you want O'Hara to win?
I did.
You're such a... You said to me when he was playing, hope he don't win. I never hear the end of it.
I wanted him to beat... I wanted you out and you out.
Why me?
Because Drive are getting, as anyone's seen tonight, mate. You lot are going under. I'm throwing you two under the bus. Mo Salah's going to feel sorry for you two.
Serious question.
Mo Salah is over the moon that we've lost today.
How are you putting me in the same bracket as him? Gabby has never picked up a dart in 12 years.
No, that's yours is shameful. Yours is embarrassing, yours is shameful.
Do you know what?
I lost a finalist.
No, but you're shameful.
Finalist?
Shameful, embarrassing.
Do you know what? I've got so much going on in my life. This is nothing to me. Honestly, I'll wake up tomorrow. I won't even. People dance. I go, I'll play golf now.
You wait till Has Anyone Seen goes out on YouTube and they stick it out on X and Instagram, mate. You'll be waking up to you. Has Anyone Seen Goldstein?
I wake up to me every morning.
John waiting for as well. I'm guessing Jace as well is going to obviously put Chelsea in there. I'm guessing all that Has Anyone Seen? I'm guessing that's tonight as well. Then Chelsea.
What's happened to your team?
Yeah.
You're talking of embarrassment.
Mate, I'm not saying you don't do that to your own team. You don't mess on your own doorstep because one day you'll step on it, right? But I'm not saying the wheels have fallen off, but there's a couple of ball tyres and it ain't passing our team.
No, it's not that bad.
No, we are, mate. We've gone from beating up Barcelona. Should have beaten Ismot, by the way. Come away from a draw with 10 men. Felt disappointed. We just only picked up a point. Thought we were the better side. Leeds away. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but that's Chelsea at the moment. You're beating the big heads and losing.
No, not like this. There's 3 games. Bournemouth away, and last night the substitutions never had an impact on the game.
Why are you leaning up against her?
It was got badly.
Do you want to sit down?
Yeah, it was disappointing.
You're so falling apart like your team, aren't you?
Mate, I know. At least I could actually walk that for hobble up and get the.
Did you struggle getting the darts out of the ball today?
Yeah.
We were talking about.
So just say Everton, massive game at the weekend, huge game.
Where's that?
It's at Stamford Bridge. So I think I'm right in saying Everton not won there in 31 years. I think I'm right in saying that, and I don't think David Moyes has ever won there.
They're going to win now.
Yeah, but David Moyes had one at Old Trafford.
I know what happened.
10 men as well, don't.
Yeah.
So bad couple of weeks for the Goldstein. Isn't it? Team are playing like that. I've just played like that.
You're out in the States, by the way. Great shows last week. It was really good.
Let me ask you then, Jason.
So hold on, he's just picking us up.
It's not about us. It's about Chelsea spent a lot of money on players, right? Do you think you need to go again in January? And if you do, where?
Do you know what, right? We don't actually have a recognised number 9 at the moment that is experienced. So João Pedro, for me, is not a number 9.
He's a 10.
He's a 10 that plays up there, but he prefers to get into that little space where he gets in the half turn. We've got Delap out for
Is he out of his depth, Delap?
Say again?
Is he out of his depth?
Well, he's not been fit.
No, I know, but when he is fit, when you've seen him...
we haven't seen him fit yet. Hasn't been fit. Have not seen him fit in a blue shirt.
All right.
And I need to see him play a run of a dozen games. Give me a dozen games back to back to back.
Fair.
I haven't seen that yet. He's not been fit. And then he has to build a relationship. He'll tell you, what we want to see is him and Palmer. That relationship start. Those two haven't hardly played together. We've not seen Esteval, Palmer and Delap on the same pitch together. Hasn't yet happened.
But you've been inconsistent throughout your team. You're changing your wingers. Everything.
I think Maresca's getting a little bit kind of caught up in. I understand that it's unprecedented that we've not had a pre-season. We've played the Club World Cup, but he's trying to manage minutes. And I think at times his substitutions, I don't know whether he's getting them right. Bringing on Gusto yesterday for Enzo Fernandez as a 10 I can't get me around that, right? And not to have Palmer on the bench and bring him on for 10. I don't know. He's dealing with a lot at the moment. And
pressure?
I thought, yeah, I think so. It has to be. There's always pressure.
What do you make?
Premier League
what do you
manager.
make of his mob? They're going to win it?
I think they will.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I hope I'm wrong, but I've been saying it all season. I just think it's their time. If they don't, then I don't know what to say to you, Bentley.
I don't know what to say to you.
Let me ask you this: have they got more chance to win the Champions League or the Premier League?
Premier League.
I think the Champions League.
I'll take that.
I think the Champions League, you know.
Not giving it to you.
No, take that.
I think the Champions League. Do you know what? I hope we win nothing.
Yeah, of course.
That'd be so funny.
See, I've got a problem because I would love to be able to disrespect Chelsea.
I know,
as much as I'd like to.
Daddy Bent.
But Daddy Bent, he's raised me better than that. He raised me better than that, so I can't. But I think Arsenal, the result against Villa was poor, but they've got the perfect opportunity this weekend to bounce back. They've got Wolves at home. If ever you wanted a fixture,
oh my gosh,
it's that.
It's a gimme.
Yeah.
It's an absolute gimme.
I can't see Wolves getting more than derbies.
Well, at the moment, they're on course for 5 points. So with 15 games in,
where's
30 games, it's going to be 4 points, and then give them one more point in the last 8.
Your maths has come on, hasn't
5 points.
Your maths is really good.
Yeah, no, good.
Who are they going to beat? I can't see them beating anyone.
I don't know who they're going to beat. I've got no idea who they're going to beat.
I mean, now they even scored a goal against us.
Burnley have beaten them.
Yeah.
Who's the next team that can... unless they play Burnley again.
Chelsea. Leeds away, mate. No, Leeds at home.
Leeds at home, maybe, but I wouldn't put any money on that.
Jay, thanks for coming on our
Cheers,
show.
Matey.
So what's the deal now? It's where are we now? 6:15. You're on out at 10.
Couple more beers.
Right.
When are we leaving here?
About 10 to 10.
Why don't you do your show from here?
No, yeah. So we've got to go back to talkSPORT Towers, watch Champions League games, looking forward to seeing them, take another course on the SportsPort after. Has anyone seen Drive Time?
Okay.
Why?
Well,
you know why, Benty. You know why.
You know why. Nothing we can do about it.
Goldstein's getting it. You'll get it as well, by the way, mate.
Jay,
that's a finalist.
Jay, listen, thank you for coming on our show.
Cheers, boys.
It's always a pleasure.
Cheers, Jason, mate. Lovely
Good luck
to see
with
you.
the show tonight. Jason Cundy, just about walking off.
Couldn't wait to the break, just walked off.
Just goes, like the pro he is. We're going to have a quick break.
Yeah, finish, see it a bit, guys. Yeah?
He's just gone, he don't care, he don't stop for no one. More from me and the superstar, it's Darren Bent, right after this, live on Drive.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it! Oh! Oh!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology. How did you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
The Destroyer. When she walks in, crowds get louder. Make some noise.
Welcome back. You're listening to Champions League Drive live from the talkSPORT Darts Trophy. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, alongside and our friends at Just Eat. From vouchers to cash prizes to Champions League final tickets, there are millions of prizes to be won when you place an order. 18+ terms apply. Still to come, we're building up to a huge night of Champions League football. Just quickly, Paul Pogba has invested in a Saudi camel racing team, becoming the first professional footballer to buy into the sport. I did the hump gag earlier on. Roma have opened talks with Man United over signing Joshua Zirkzee in January. Now, before we speak to Ian Danter, let me remind you, talkSPORT and Pitch Experiences are giving you the chance to experience the event of the year, the PDC World Darts Championship at Ali Pali. It's on December the 23rd, this one. You and three mates could be living it large with platinum seats, fine dining, a complimentary bar and exclusive access to the 501 lounge with Russ the Voice Bray, who we spoke to just moments ago. Then straight to your prime arena table for the best view in the house. Get ready for an unforgettable Ali Pali Christmas experience. Here's how to enter. For your chance to win, text the word DARTS, D-A-R-T-S, to 83338. That's DARTS, D-A-R-T-S, to 83338. A text will cost you £2 plus your standard network rate, or if you want, you can call 034 342 17508. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 18th of December. That's when you need to answer your phone. If it rings, if it doesn't ring, don't bother answering it. 18+ UK residents only. So for your chance to win, text the word DARTS, D-A-R-T-S, to 83338 now. This is a network promotion. For full T's and C's, visit talksport.com. Right, time now to discuss the talkSPORT Darts Trophy, thanks to our friends at QuickFit.
The talkSPORT Darts Trophy live with QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
And joining us now is the man that called the shots. He called all the big wins and the big defeats. Oh. The wonderful Ian Danter joins us.
Oh, boys, you're getting it later. At 10 o'clock tonight, aren't you?
Can't
you
wait.
know it. Cundy must have teed you up.
Do you know what, though? Seriously, though, Dancer, his was worse than mine, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I lost to a fine list.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that at
Thank
all,
you.
but
Cheers,
you're
Dancer.
both getting it later.
Well, how lovely to start the conversation with that. Whose was what? No, don't push him on this one. Whose was worse? Me losing in the first round to who beat me? Oh, Gabby. Oh dear. Or Benty losing last time out to Natalie.
Oh, okay. That's. I thought you were going to say about today.
Let me ask you this: if they're both happen today, which one takes the back page tomorrow?
I think Darren Lewis would be like a 50-50 picture of both of you. I think they're as bad as each other, both of those things.
Which one would you go with, Dance?
Just remember, Dance,
give
the
me
time we spent
something.
in Germany, it was lovely.
Dance,
Remember
give me
being
something.
together?
That free pick and mix you bought me, I'll go with Goldstein's then.
Free pick and mix buys you, does it? Wow. Okay.
Honestly, he bought that much in Dortmund. The bloke running the store might as well have just closed up and gone home.
See, me and Dance got that relationship.
What? You buy each other pick and mix?
Yeah.
We did. We bonded over pick and mix.
Listen, you've called all of the World Darts.
Yes. Well, since 2018, yes.
Okay. Oh no, I mean this one.
Oh, this one. Oh yeah, every dart.
Not the other rubbish, not the PDC
This
rubbish.
is the Amuse Boots before the real thing starts tomorrow.
This is at the top. What did you make the standard this year?
Well, I checked out the nerd that I am. Right.
Oh, this is good.
I asked Harry our darts correspondent to check out the averages. Now, normally darts players in the PDC average
over a ton,
90 to a ton for their 3-dart average. Nobody got above 35, I think. You were around about 33, you were about 31.
Yeah, at best. God bless him. Pick a mix on the way.
But Dean Saunders, obviously, his average was more impressive because he played more legs than anybody else. But yeah, an average of about 30-odd for you guys.
Watching it today, Dance, and I know it's what they say in darts, and it's 100% they're spot on. It's about the doubles, isn't it? Because you think about it, in Dino's games, every single one of his games, his opponent had the chance to finish him off.
Yes.
And they didn't do it.
Well, there wasn't a game which was, you know, which was beyond the opponent. Maybe that second leg in the final, actually, Jamie was too far behind, and just Dean, with the honour, just got the job done. But yeah, getting to the outer ring, getting to the doubles, and you're at the PDC World Championships or you're at the World Match Play, and you see the very best in the world. Suddenly, you see it in their eyes in the space of one visit that their confidence crumbles. It's really hard to describe, and that's the beauty of describing darts on the radio, the psychology of it all, and how it's got to, because look, jokes aside, it got to you two today because you've been so used to playing darts with each other in that little room.
Yeah.
But then you're in front of, you know, a few dozen people in here, and it's a totally different mindset, isn't it?
Well, you remember, I managed to win one today, Dan, so I had that feeling of checking out. I managed to do that.
You got that off your back.
Yeah.
Isn't it sad that his success is on the back of his defeat?
Oh, no, listen, I'll take that.
Isn't it? We both lost, DB.
No, turning up today, I was so nervous about that first game against Sawyer because of what happened last year. Natalie, not Sawyer, but just Natalie. Once I got past her, I was like, do you know what? Well, that's what I needed to do.
You've got to come back next year. And you've no excuses next year.
I think I'm retiring, Dance.
Now, that's what Dean said. And
what do you make of that?
Well, I think that's just for a bit of headlines. I think a bit of mourning regret, and he'll decide to reverse that decision. He'll be back next year.
Poppycock.
Absolute poppycock.
Listen, while we got you here, you're our EFL expert.
Oh, you're talking to me?
It's been an interesting season so far. It looked like, a couple of weeks ago, Coventry running away with it. That huge gap at the top has been clawed back to about 5.
Yeah, after Ipswich smacked them.
I was going to say, big night for Ipswich. Tonight they're playing Stoke, right?
Yeah, and Stoke aren't in great form because you might remember Stoke were, you know, vying for an automatic spot, but they've lost 3 of their last 4. So not doing great just lately under Mark Robinson. I saw Ipswich beat Coventry on Saturday for talkSPORT 2, and they grew into the game. The first half an hour, Ipswich weren't great, but then neither were Coventry. But then Ipswich just settled a bit. And there's a kid they've got there now, Andy, Eggerly, Norwegian, cost them a lot of money.
Record signing.
But he's still 19, but he looks ready, and he looks like he's a potential match winner as the sort of right-sided player in the front 4. Listen out for him, Sindre Eggerly. He's going to make a lot of difference for Ipswich in the second half of the season. And I would also say that George Hurst desperately needed the goal that he got, because the fans at Ipswich were just starting to get on his back a little bit. You know, Liam Delap's been sold. He's the one that's being given the responsibility to get the goals, and he missed a one-on-one early in the second half, and he could feel the crowd just getting on his back, so he needed that goal. Coventry dropping points last night at Preston as well, despite Preston going down to 10 men. That's going to hurt Frank Lampard. So yeah, as you say, Andy, it's only 5 points. Middlesbrough under Kim Hellberg going fantastically well.
Quick word as well, Millwall flying. I know Millwall are where they are. They go away to Derby tonight. They're flying
3 straight wins for Millwall. And I can't think of a better fit of a manager to a club than Alex Neil and Millwall. It just,
oh my god, yeah, 100%.
It just feels right somehow. And it's not a team of stars, particularly. There's certainly no massive money signings there at Millwall. But you've got players like that Femi Aziz, Ivanovic up top. You've got players at the back like Jake Cooper, who's been there for donkey's years. There's a balance and blend to that squad that's not always going to get results, but I don't think they've been this competitive or this high up the table this far into a season. Normally Millwall have been that championship team that makes a late run.
And then last game of the season to
finish 8th. Yeah. They try and get in the... But there they are in the top 6, and they've got something to say. And I'd be very interested to see what the Millwall board do in January if they're
knocking on the door.
Yeah, if they just make a little gamble, you know, at their level of gambling, they don't want to go mad, but just if they add a couple of players to the squad to try and maintain what they've got. It's a great story. Because Millwall, there's an argument that, like Millwall, Bristol City, Preston, which is the biggest of those clubs never to have played Premier League football?
Yeah, I wouldn't dream of answering that one.
No, it's
probably Preston.
See, well, Preston are the original Invincibles, so you could say that. Bristol City were a top-flight side in the 70s and the early 80s. Millwall were there in the late 80s when Cass was there. I don't know, but Millwall...
Who would you like to see go up?
Birmingham City. It's a silly... Ask a silly question.
I mean, out of the three you mentioned.
Out of those three... I think Preston, because they've come so close under Billy Davis and David Moyes, and do you know what? I'm a big fan of Paul Heckingbottom. I like. He's one of those managers, a bit like Thomas Frank. When you go and interview him after a game, you come away from that interview think, I've learned something about the game. And you've only been speaking to them for 4 or 5 minutes. But Heck is one of those managers that seems to put his points across. He's educated me there.
Dan, you've educated us this afternoon, not just now, but during the talkSPORT World Darts Championships. You'll be back on talkSPORT, of course, over the next 15 weeks when the PDC World Darts Championships on.
Every dart from the PDC World Darts Championship starts tomorrow night from 7 p.m. and every dart is on the app. This is new for this year, so the talkSPORT app carries every match from the PDC World Darts. We've also got the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel for our free watch-alongs. But yeah, got the app on your phone, you won't miss a dart from Ali Pally.
Good work, Dan. What a superstar.
Cheers, Dan.
True pro. Good work. Good work. That was all thanks to our friends at QuickFit.
The talkSPORT Darts Trophy live with QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
Another one just gone. Dance didn't wait for the break, just went.
It just goes. Well, I think it's so relaxed here.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to go now as well. We're going to have a quick break. We've got an hour left of our show.
See you in a bit, yeah?
Well, make sure you join me and DB. He can't go. His ears are plugged in. Right after this for the last hour drive time.
Pep Guardiola has plenty of sympathy for Xabi Alonso ahead of their Champions League clash with Real Madrid tonight. His future in charge of the Spanish Giants is being questioned after a run of just 2 wins in their last 7. City went through a similar run last season, but he says the scrutiny and pressure is greater at Madrid.
Barcelona, Madrid are the toughest opponents, the toughest clubs, I would say, to be a manager. The more difficult one for the pressure, for environment. So last season I've done last season. I would have been sacked 6 months before end of the season. But of course he's capable to do it.
Elsewhere tonight on talkSPORT, Newcastle go to Bayer Leverkusen. Arsenal's trip to Bruges is live on talkSPORT 2 as they face the Belgian champions to extend their lead at the top.
It's not the first time that we are facing this situation. Obviously focus much more in what we have to do, have the key things that we have to do to be able to adapt in relation to what they do, especially in terms of the formation and the players that they're going to pick, and after focus in ourselves what we have to do to be better than them to win the game.
Ben Stokes and his side have been criticised for going to the resort of Noosa after heavy defeats in the first 2 tests. But Alex Carey disagrees and thinks cricketers have every right to enjoy their downtime on tour.
For touring parties, you've got to find time to fill in those little windows and I guess take your mind off cricket for a little bit. The Ashes is a very hotly contested contest. You know, you don't want to be thinking cricket every single day of the tour. If you do have a little break, it's probably not a bad time to refresh the batteries.
The next test in Adelaide begins on Tuesday night. England will face fellow World Cup finalists Uruguay and Japan in the final 2 friendlies before Thomas Tuchel names his squad for the tournament. Both games will take place at Wembley at the end of March. And in the World Championship of talkSPORT darts, an utter disaster for one of the self-appointed favourites.
Goldstein is gone! The gale force has been blown out by the Godfather. We have our first genuine shock. Goldstein was going on about was whether Natalie Sawyer was going to beat Darren Bent again, but now he's got to wear the cloak of doom.
You can watch along on the talkSPORT YouTube channel.
Welcome back to the last hour of Champions League Drive. We're live from the talkSPORT Darts Trophy. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent is alongside. Still to come, we'll be getting team news for all of tonight's games as soon as they drop. But now, it's a big old night of European action across the talkSPORT network.
Bounces for Schick, who shoots from the halfway line. Oh my word! What a goal from Patrick Schick! Bounces kindly for Harvey Barnes, and he's done it again. It's Harvey Barnes for Newcastle United.
If Newcastle can grab a spell of momentum, they can definitely go and win this.
And it's in! Onyedika has given Club Brugge the lead. Martinelli is clear. Can he round it off? He does! Arsenal sitting pretty at the top of the Champions League phase table. It has become a rivalry that has defined the European stage over the last half a decade. Inside the penalty area, Guardiola, Haaland! 1-0 Manchester City, flinging it past Edison, Bellingham!
Oh my God!
3-2 Real Madrid.
Bernabeu is not easy, but the draw is the draw, and accept the challenge.
Yeah, follow us at 7. Adrian Darren brings you live coverage of Leverkusen against Newcastle. Commentary for that one is courtesy of Jim Proudfoot and Alan Pardew. Meanwhile, on talkSPORT 2, Alex Crook, Perry Groves, they bring you commentary of Club Brugge against Bentley's team Arsenal. And Arsenal are looking to maintain their 100% win rate in the league phase and stay top of the group. However, if they are going to make it 6 wins out of 6, they're going to do it without, get your calculators out, Declan Rice, William Saliba, Gabriel, Trossard, to name but a few. Arsenal's manager Mikel Arteta has been speaking to the media about the constant injuries in his side.
Training, no, because we don't have time to train. So the fact that you are missing players, you are loading other players more. That's a consequence to that, and it's a really dangerous circle, that one. As well, it's a test for the team, and so far we have reacted very, very well to that. We have played a lot of games with a lot of players missing, that puts a lot of stress, and then more injuries, because we don't train. I mean, today we've done 20 minutes, so surely it's not because we overtrain the players.
Now, we spoke at the beginning of the season about how important it is for Arsenal to have depth in that squad, and they've got the depth, but now we're seeing a lot of those squad players being used. Now, if I'd have asked you at the beginning of the season when you didn't really have any injury woes, you'd go, yes, fine, we've got depth, it's fine. But now we're having to see these players play more often than not. Are you a little bit nervous?
A little bit, because, listen, when people use injuries as excuses, I never really look at them as excuses, because if your best players are missing from your team, what do you expect, right? But you do try to counteract that with depth to your squad, and Arsenal have done that. But it was a few weeks ago where Martinelli was out, Gyökeres was out, Odegaard was out, I think Trossard might have been out, Madueke was out, Havertz was out, Gabriel Jesus was out. That's 7 players from one attacking area. Now, I don't care if people want to say it's an excuse or what. When you're missing 7 attacking options, like, what are you expecting?
I sort of feel as though even though you are 100% right, I sort of feel as though you and Arsenal fans can't really mention that. You're not allowed to, even though it's a fact.
It's fact,
and it's going to dent you big time.
Yeah,
because you've said it in the past, and because you're favourites to win it, and you need to win it. It's sort of like I can't mention this.
Do you know what I mean? But when you talk about 7 attacking options gone, it's hard. And now you're talking about Mosquera, who was kind of the one that comes in for Gabriel Saliba. All 3 of them, Saliba, Gabriel, and Mosquera out. Do you know what I mean? So you have to look at that and go, Arsenal having way too many injuries. But as Mikel Arteta said there, they're not even training at the minute, just because of the amount of games they're playing and the workload and the travelling. But players that can't train, or if it is, it's going to be a light session, like 45-minute session, away they go. But again, when you're trying to win league titles and Champions Leagues and FA Cups and League Cups, every single one of those players are going to be important. And hopefully, if you can get a couple back for the game, because the game tonight, I don't want to be disrespectful to Club Brugge, right? But the bigger game's not tonight. Like, whatever happens tonight, I expect Arsenal to finish in that top 8 and qualify automatically. The big game, as fun as it may say, is Wolves. Now, I expect Arsenal to beat Wolves, but still, that after what happened against Aston Villa, that's the bigger game, the Wolves game. That's unthinkable. If Arsenal drop points, even draw in that game, then that's the unthinkable.
But because Arsenal have been pretty much faultless, well, they have in the Champions League, and they've been near enough in the Premier League as well. Defensively, they look incredibly sound. Does that add more pressure on you as an Arsenal fan and them as a club? Because if you were sort of second in the Premier League and you maybe lost the game in the Champions League, there wouldn't be people going, oh my God, you look incredible this season. But because you look virtually unstoppable, does that add more pressure to you?
Do you know what? So it was a couple of weeks ago where Arsenal were flying and they smashed Bayern Munich at home 3-1, right? And a lot of people were going, Arsenal the best team in Europe. And I was like, well, they're not. So in my opinion, Arsenal at that moment were the most informed team in Europe. For you to be the best team, you have to win something to show that. Do you know what I mean? So if Arsenal win the Premier League this season and then they have that form next season, then you can go, well, they're the best team in the world because they've won a significant trophy. But to call a team the best team in the world when they're still trying to aspire to win something, I never thought that was right.
A bit too early.
Yeah, they were the most informed team at that moment. But this is where Arsenal have got to dig in now. And listen, I hope they do it, as you well know. They've still got a lot of quality and a lot of depth in the team. But it is starting to wear thin. Max Dowman's another one who's just gone down with a serious injury, so he's going to be out for a little while as well. So Again, for Mikel Arteta in this Arsenal squad, again, I expect them to get a result tonight, although it's not the be-all and end-all. The biggest game after the Aston Villa result is Wolves.
Yeah.
If they beat Wolves, again, there you go. A bit more confidence, we move forward.
It's got to be a win, though. It can't be a draw.
No, it has to be a win.
Is that your gaff?
Yes, Wolves at home, right? You talk about the worst team statistically in Premier League history.
I mean, they've got to score a goal against the best defence in the Premier League. It won't
exactly.
happen.
And Arsenal's next 5 fixtures, I'm not being disrespectful, they've got, in that period, they've got Palace at home, Villa at home, Everton away will be difficult, Wolves at home, and there's I think Brighton either away at home. Those 5 fixtures Arsenal have to be taken. They're not easy, but you look at the fixtures and go, there's 3 or 4 home games in there.
And then after those 5, you're edging even closer to the end of the season.
Exactly.
How do you see the game going tonight?
Depending on what team Arsenal pick, that would be interesting. What do you do? I'd wrap as many players as I can up in cotton wool. If you get Arsenal go there and get a point, great, happy days. But I think Arsenal can go there and win. Even with the squad players that we've got, the quality that we've got, the depth, I expect Arsenal to win.
Lots of big football tonight. They don't get much bigger than Man City against Real Madrid.
Oh my goodness, wow.
I mean, that's the one you want on the screens in this pub where we're at, right? I know you want Arsenal, of course.
No, I'll take a little Club Brugge in the corner on the monitor over there.
I think Anil's got that. I mean, it's a massive game. I mean, it always is when these two superpowers, is that fair? I mean, Man City at the moment.
Man City are super. I don't care what anyone tells me.
Yeah.
People call them manufactured. People call this nonsense. Like every team, more than not, spends money to get to where you need to get to. And to win 6 out of the last 8 Premier League titles, I think it is, and you've won a Champions League in that time, you've won that many League Cups, FA Cups. They are a powerhouse of world football right now. They've got one of the best strikers on the planet.
Are we going to learn anything from either of these teams when the final whistle's blown tonight?
It lays down a marker, doesn't it, really?
Yeah.
If Man City beat Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, say 4-1, I'm just saying, everyone's going to go, a little bit like Arsenal did. Arsenal beating Bayern Munich at home, everyone went, oh,
yeah, you're right.
Okay, if Man City beat Man City, if Man City beat Real Madrid over there, everyone's going to go, they're on their way back.
As an Arsenal fan, will that worry you if they do beat them?
No, because Arsenal are going to have to win games to beat Man City anyway.
No, I know, but seeing them, I mean, they're on your heels in the Premier League, right?
But you know what? It made no difference to Man City when Arsenal beat Bayern. I don't think
true.
I don't think Man City looked at that result and went, oh no, we're in for a fight here. They went, all right, we'll just keep doing what we're doing, and that's why I find it fascinating, and I find Manchester City, like, you have to say they're a spectacular team, because it's almost like, I know last season was a down year, they still finished 3rd, by the way. Now for a team that's like having an awful season to finish 3rd, tells you how good they are. If they get it right this season, it's almost like they don't feel the pressure. They'll let Arsenal just keep winning their games, they'll just stay in and amongst it, and when they need to strike, they'll strike.
Yeah, go on, give me a prediction for that game tonight.
Real Madrid, Man City. Well, I said 4-2 Real Madrid in our predictions
yesterday. Did you say that yesterday?
4-2.
Okay. How did you get on yesterday, do you know? I think I got the Spurs result right. I think I said 3-1.
See, I said 3-0 Bayern to beat Sporting, and they beat them 3-1.
Yeah.
So that's anyone.
Getting close.
Yeah.
We're getting close. We're also getting close to kick-off. All of tonight's games, lots of them happening across the talkSPORT network. Remind the boys on the Sports Bar from 10. I don't know what state they'll be in. I certainly won't be listening to that show because they're going to rip me and you apart. But a reminder, the boys on the Sports Bar from 10, maybe just after 10, we'll be taking your calls on another busy night of football. You're listening to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein, and Darren Bent. When we come back, I think we're going to be joined by more guests. I won't tell you who they are in case they don't show or they're too drunk. Why don't you find out right after this?
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Odd numbers. 2 again for Saunders. Above by a good 2 inches. Oh, and he pins it. And the champion makes light work of the Saints. The 2-2 again for Gabby Abondo. Oh, he's hit it. Goldstein is gone. The Gale Force has been blown out by the Godfather. But she's bust her score, so Darren Bent back in on 1-1, nearly hits 18. Hits it! Finally, Darren Bent pins a double. And lightning does not strike twice. Wires the 2-2. Great marker, and he makes it count by pinning 2-2. And the Chunk has won the Sports Bar Derby. Has anyone seen Jason Cundy out the board twice? But he hits 3-3 with the final dart, and Dean Saunders for the 3rd time. 3 o'clock on the board. Got it! Game shot! The Chunk makes it through for the title. 1 dart outside, pins it! It's the three-peat! It's the three-peat! The storyteller Saunders!
How today's talkSPORT Darts Trophy unfolded live on talkSPORT and of course on your smart TV. If you missed any of the best bits, you can head over to our YouTube channel right now to watch highlights. I'll be honest, I wouldn't bother. You are listening to Champions League Drive live from the talkSPORT Darts Trophy. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, alongside our friends at Just Eat. Order on the app today. You could win one of millions of prizes. 18+ terms and conditions apply. We will be getting team news for all of the games tonight in the Champions League. Just quickly, Chief Exec of the Saudi Pro League has confirmed that Mohamed Salah is a target for their clubs this summer. And in cricket, Australia captain Pat Cummins will return for the 3rd test against England next week. Hurrah. Right, we are delighted to have been joined by the woman who created the biggest upset in darts history. That was last year. She smashed Bent in the 1st round.
Yeah, but that was last year. But this year...
She nearly did it again. She was on 17, had chances. Natalie Sawyer, good to see you.
Good to see you both. Is he rejoicing in that victory?
Oh. Do you know, I said, Natalie, before I said, I'll be gracious, a humble in victory, gracious in defeat. And that's how I was. So I wasn't going to... You didn't throw it in my face last year.
I didn't.
No, you didn't.
Was nice.
Exactly, so that's why I did it too.
You're right. Sorry.
Whereas if he'd lost to him, he'd have thrown it straight in your face.
I know.
Yeah, but there's a difference. I would never lose to Natalie.
Sorry, is that 2 first-round exits, by the way, in a row?
2. If you're counting, yes. I see it as 2 quarterfinals. That's how I get ranking points.
So positive, yeah. Okay.
Did you enjoy it today? Because I mean, you had the chance of another massive upset.
I did. I mean, I thought Darren ran away with it at the start. I couldn't get near him, and then he couldn't get. Was it double one?
Double one.
Double one. You were looking for quite a while, and I kept thinking, just keep going, keep going, keep going. And Russ was brilliant. Russ kept telling me roughly where to go. I mean, could I go anywhere near that? No.
You had chance a couple of your darts when I think you left with 17 odd number, but when you were trying to check out, you had a couple of
Do you know what the one was? She had to hit double five, and you hit the 12 like by that, and that's when I went, oh my goodness, like.
That's the difference between success and failure, Natalie. Yeah,
And I
trust me.
failed. The good thing is, though, it does mean we have to have a trilogy
100%
to settle it.
Oh, I think Eddie Earn might get involved with that one. Pay
Should
per
do,
view,
shouldn't
right?
he? Eddie, you're listening?
Do you enjoy it at all?
I do.
Do you get nervous?
Listen, I don't do the practice that you two do.
We don't do it. I don't know where that rumour's come from.
No, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just rock up and give it a go. That's the best thing I can do.
The last time you threw a dart was when, apart from today?
Well, I'm not
here we
going to
go.
say I haven't thrown a dart.
Yeah.
I was up, I'm sure Sarah Collins, one of our old bosses, tagged you in an Instagram post.
Yeah, you was throwing darts.
That was in
I forgot about
Manchester. That was in Manchester. But that would have been the last time, which was a few months ago.
All right, okay.
For someone who doesn't play though, Nat, you throw them incredibly well in terms of straight.
That's not what he said.
No.
Honestly, he was slagging you off now.
I tell you what, I think a bit of practice,
a
bit of coaching,
Nah,
might do all right.
I don't think you will.
Oh, Luke Littler has nothing to worry about, is what you're
You
saying.
should give it a go, right? You should give it a go. Although, having said that, I practice every single minute of every day. I was absolutely rubbish
Yeah, but
today.
why?
Pressure.
Pressure, yeah, was it?
Do you know what? I tell you what, it must have been that. I didn't feel it. I didn't go up there. I wasn't nervous. But,
No, you weren't.
But I was
Hearing what you were saying before, he was cocky.
Was he?
Oh, yeah.
You two was in the taxi, right?
Yeah. There's like 5 of us in there. I was telling everyone what I was going to do with the
He
trophy.
was the only one that was chirpy, put it that way.
See? Have you not learned by now?
Overconfident.
Yeah, I'd say.
I'll be honest. Today didn't matter to me, right? The talkSPORT Premier League darts doesn't matter to me. The big one, the drive time night out. Now that's the one I'm after next week.
Who won that last year?
You won that last year.
Okay, revenge.
That's what's coming up. And all the people out there that want me to win it, I'm going to do it for them.
So what day is that?
All right?
This is what he
Next
kept
week.
saying.
What day?
Why are you saying that like that?
Because I
think it's Thursday, isn't it? Or Wednesday. It's Wednesday or Thursday.
This is what he kept saying.
Thursday,
I'm going to win
Thursday.
it for the people today. I'm going to win it for
The average man and woman on the street.
Really?
They did a poll earlier on talkSPORT. Out of all the 8, who you want to win, and I came in and shot.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah. You your name wasn't even down. Natalie, it's
you are a disgrace.
always a pleasure. What are you doing now? Are you staying for drinks or are you
Well,
going
I'm
on?
here, aren't I? I haven't left like others. Poor Jason Cundy, I think, has been abandoned by Jamie O'Hara,
Yeah.
who was meant to take him to the studios. But we can't find Jamie, and Jason was still here.
Yeah. If there's a bar, Cundy ain't leaving. Put it like that. Not in a million years.
No, but I think Jamie's left him, and that was his lift home. Well, lift to the studios.
I'll
so.
get a cab round the corner. Stick
Yeah.
it on the count. Natalie, always a pleasure. Commiserations.
No, I'm happy.
But it
thank
is
you.
1-1 between the two of you.
I'd
like to see that third one.
Hey, you never know what could happen.
Just imagine if you did it again. Nat, always a pleasure.
Thank
Thanks
you,
so much
thank
for your
you,
time.
thank you.
Right, time now for this.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. Check out Paddy's latest offers on the Paddy Power app or at paddypower.com. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Right, time now for an update on Paddy Power's Darts of Destiny campaign that could see you taken to the stage. How about that? The World Darts Championship final at Ali Pali. That's on January the 3rd. You'll have, up to 9 darts to hit 180 or more, with the chances of walking away with a massive £180,000. A fine way to start the new year in style. The winner, drawn from all eligible entries, will also get VIP tickets for 4, travel to and from Ali Pali, with accommodation included, all organised by Paddy Power. The campaign has an incredible response so far, with over £100,000 already raised for Prostate Cancer UK. To find out more and get in the running, go to Darts of Destiny, all one word, dartsofdestiny.com.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. Check out Paddy's latest offers on the Paddy Power app or at paddypower.com. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Right, just over 30 minutes of our show. When we come back, we'll bring you team news from all of tonight's Champions League and Championship action. First, it's time for the last no Googling of the day. 5 players have won the Premier League Player of the Year award twice. Who's the only defender on that list? Who's the only defender to have won the Premier League Player of the Year twice? The answer to that, what?
That's different to the PFA. It's Premier League. It's not PFA.
I just said Premier League.
Yeah, but people sometimes confuse that.
People are stupid then. I know it's not you, but if you got it wrong, the answer to that and loads more. And the team news coming up right after this.
Liverpool haven't played that well since August, according to talkSPORT's Danny Murphy. He's told White and Jordan Slot deserves credit for the control shown in their win at Inter.
Even the fullbacks stayed at home most of the night, you know, Gomez and Robertson. It was a really disciplined performance, and everyone contributed. I thought Curtis Jones was terrific.
Meanwhile, Danny says the only way back for Salah is saying sorry to Slot.
I don't think he's going to get an apology, which means he's done. You can't bring him back in the fold. He's done, you know, and from a business point of view, while he's still got value and the Saudis might pay something for him, it's time to move on.
Tonight on talkSPORT, Newcastle go to Bayer Leverkusen, while Arsenal's trip to Bruges is live on talkSPORT 2. Now, Pep Guardiola could end Xabi Alonso's time at Real Madrid if Man City get a decent win in the Bernabeu tonight. Former Madrid president Ramon Calderons told White and Jordan after defeat to mid-table Celta Vigo, knives are out for Alonso.
I don't see any difference with any other coaches, any other moments when the team has lost 9 points, as in this case, in 5 La Liga matches.
Paul Pogba hopes to one day own the world's most expensive camel. He's become a major shareholder of Saudi-based camel racing team Al Haboob. Now at Monaco, Pogba says he's watched his fair share of races on YouTube. On our YouTube channel today, the talkSPORT Darts Trophy. Dean Saunders begins the defence of his title against Jermaine Pennant live all afternoon.
Welcome back to Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent alongside. It's very loud, isn't it? Before the break, I asked the question. 5 players have won the Premier League Player of the Year all twice. Only one is a defender. Who is it? Have you looked? Don't cheat.
I knew. Can you hear me?
I could just about hear you. It's not very loud,
Yeah,
is it?
I knew it was Vidic.
How did you know that?
I knew that he's the only defender to win that Premier League, not PFA, but Premier League.
No, not Premier League, yeah. Right, OK. 4 hours to 7, Adrian Durham brings us live coverage of Leverkusen against Newcastle. But now, time for a bit of team news on a busy night of EFL action. Jeff Peters is watching Derby against Millwall. Jeff, good evening to you.
Good evening. A 4th successive win for Millwall tonight will see them move to within 2 points of second place Middlesbrough. Back-to-back defeats for Derby has seen them slip to 15th, but they're only 5 points outside the playoffs. John Eustace makes a couple of changes for the Rams from the loss here to Leicester. Vyman and Thompson in for Adams and Salverson, who are benched. 3 alterations for Millwall. Ballo, Negley and Doughty come in for Denore, who's injured, Emarku and Sturge, and they're underway here at Pride Park at 7:45.
Thanks, Jeff. Bristol City, they're in action against Leicester. Ian Abrahams has got team news. Moose, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening. Bristol City could go into the top 6 tonight if they manage to win this one. Leicester will put themselves back in with a shout of the playoffs and certainly in the cusp of talking about them if they get a victory here tonight away from home. 1 change for Leicester. Chowdhury in for Ricardo, drops the bench. 3 changes for Bristol City, who were beaten here 1-0 at the weekend by Millwall.
Thanks, Moose. And Mike Sewell is at Portman Road ahead of Ipswich against Stoke. Mike, good evening.
Good evening, yes. 4 defeats in their previous 5 championship matches has seen Stoke drift away from the top 2 and even outside the top 6 for the first time this season. Ipswich, on the other hand, are now getting their promotion wheels running smoothly, and they've only made 1 change to the team that beat the leaders Coventry at the weekend. Surprisingly, George Hurst, who scored in that game, is not involved. He's replaced by Ivan Azon, who also scored in that game. As for Stoke, 4 changes made, most notably the 2 old-timers, Stephen Nzonzi and Aaron Cresswell, a former Ipswich player, start tonight. They both turn 37 and 36 respectively on the same day, and that's next Tuesday. Ipswich-Stoke at Portman Road.
Perfection as always. Thanks, Mike. Right, time now to preview tonight's European football action with our friends at Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
European football preview on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
And to do that, we can head back to Portman Road, where the GOAT, Adrian Durham, joins us. Aid, good evening to you.
Good evening. What an enjoyable afternoon's drive it was to Ipswich, listening to the darts. What fun, what entertainment. Fantastic. Congratulations, all concerned. Loved it.
Well, it's very kind of you. I'm just glad you didn't mention the results from tonight's darts.
Would you like me to mention them? The nerves got to you, mate. It's the pressure of the crowd. I know. Listen, I feel for you.
Hey, you remember when you were at school and they used to say, it's not the winning, it's the taking part. Let me tell you now, absolute garbage. It's all about the winning.
It is. Listen, it's just one of those things. You'll have to come back stronger next year.
Exactly. Right, listen, it's a busy night of football. Let's look ahead. Where should we start? Let's talk about the Champions League. How confident are you that all three English sides can get a positive result tonight, Aid?
Well, I'm confident Arsenal will, and if they do, that means they're done and dusted. They will be through automatically, which is a bonus for them. Newcastle have got work to do because they've got tough games against PSV and PSG coming up after this when Leverkusen beat Man City away. So I think Newcastle have got a tough task. That's live on talkSPORT. And Real Madrid against Manchester City. It's two powerhouses colliding in the Champions League, both with work to do. Man City not even in the top 8. So in terms of positive results, Arsenal are the only ones I think are guaranteed a positive result tonight. Newcastle and Man City, they've got work to do.
Aid, when you're looking at that Arsenal game against Club Brugge, now for me the most important game is the Wolves game this weekend, although I think Arsenal will beat them with whatever side he picks. But do you think for tonight's game he should rest as many as he can just because of the sheer injuries and the amount of injuries they've got?
I know that Arsenal fans want him to rotate because of the injuries and because they're virtually through. Listen, 16 points guaranteed you a place in the round of 16 from the league stage. They're on 15. They got Karabag at home in the last game, so Arsenal are as good as qualified already. So Arteta can afford to be a bit creative with his lineup, I think. Listen, Wolves are so bad. He can be creative with that lineup as well. So I think he's got a couple of gimmies coming up, including tonight and on Saturday live on talkSPORT, and therefore he has to use his squad wisely. This is one of those moments in the season where Mikel Arteta proves that he has crossed that line from being an also-ran to a serious contender. This is the moment. Pick the right team, make sure you give game time to the right players, and make sure you rest the right players. Then you've got every chance of becoming not just Premier League champions, maybe even, who knows, European champions.
Hey, you mentioned them just a couple of minutes ago, Real Madrid, Man City. There are some games in the group stages which easily could be the final of this competition. Will we learn anything from either team when the final whistle is blown tonight, do you think?
Well, we could learn that Real Madrid might be needing a new manager because the word is obviously that Real Madrid lose and Xabi Alonso goes. Listen, I personally think that would be incredibly harsh. They are currently in the top 8 of this Champions League stage. And Kylian Mbappe is absolutely on fire. His stats rival those of Erling Haaland this season. You're talking about not just two juggernauts across Europe in terms of the clubs and the teams, but two of the very best players in modern football. So it's a classic encounter. What will we learn? We'll learn whether Manchester City are going to have to go through the playoffs as they did last season when they lost to Real Madrid in the playoffs, didn't even make the round of 16. That defeat to Bayer Leverkusen last time out for City has really scuppered their chances, and they've got to get back on track. This is a tough one tonight. I think City would take a draw in this tonight, but they've got to give a good account of themselves after that last performance.
Aid, from everyone you've seen in the competition so far, who would you say is probably the favourite? Who do you make probably the favourite?
Well, Arsenal. I mean, they've been untouchable. I mean, they're the only ones with a 100% record. They've been brilliant. We saw them against Bayern Munich. They were truly sensational. Bayern Munich are second in the table at the moment, and they made light work of Bayern Munich. So, for me, it's Arsenal. However, I said the same about Liverpool in the league stage last season, and Liverpool didn't get past the round of 16. So, you know, it's a good thing to win that league stage. It's a good thing to win games in the Champions League. It doesn't necessarily mean, though, that they're going to go on and win the tournament. PSG were in the playoffs, didn't even make the round of 16 proper until they'd won their playoff, and then they go on and win the thing. It's about, coming to the boil at the right time as well. But Arsenal, at this moment in time, from what we've seen so far, Arsenal have been by far, for me, the best team. I was really impressed with Inter Milan up until the last couple of games. I thought they were exceptional, and their recent record in Europe has been very good. So I wouldn't count them out. But there are some sides that you're looking at thinking, wow, they should be doing better. Chelsea, Barcelona. I'd even put, Man City and Newcastle in there as well. Still got work to do.
Before I let you go, just talk us through a busy night in the EFL. You're at Ipswich. They face a Stoke side who've been struggling recently. How do you see this one going?
Well, I've just been looking at all the pictures that are on the walls of the corridors here at Portman Road. Loads of Ed Sheeran pictures, no Darren Bent. I couldn't see a single one, so I don't know what's happening
Go
there.
behind the North Stand, You'll see a big old poster of DB just outside the North Stand. I know exactly where it is.
Embarrassing, isn't it? Embarrassing.
Blown away in the wind. Okay. Sorry, mate. Yeah.
A bit like Benty when he used to play.
Ipswich are on form, and Stoke are definitely not on form. So I'm intrigued by this one. Stoke making 4 changes, as Mike was just saying. So whether those changes work, I don't know. But Ipswich do look like they're heading for a second half of the season that could see them challenge for the top 2.
Yeah.
And there's Derby, Millwall, Bristol City, Leicester. Hull are playing tonight as well. That's an 8 o'clock kickoff, and there's games in League 1 and League 2. So we'll keep you in touch with all the goals tonight on talkSPORT.
Just a quick word about Ipswich as well, staying with that theme. They didn't have the best start to the season. Now they look like they're moving in the right direction. How much pressure is on them, Kieran McKenna, to go up automatically, do you think?
Yeah, I think, listen, if they went up via the playoffs, I don't think they would, it wouldn't feel any pressure. There's pressure on them to go up. You know what I mean? A lot of people have said to me at the start of the season they should be winning this division. And then Coventry rock up, and they've got this incredible record of just 2 defeats in 20. But one of those defeats was Saturday here against Ipswich. So Ipswich coming to the boil. They're coming into form at just the right time, I think. And their second half of the season, I think, will see them challenge for top 2. I can see them going up automatically. My only worry for them is I mean, I know some of their fans think that they don't create enough clear-cut chances. I think defensively, at times, they look a little bit wobbly as well. So I don't think they're the finished article. They're not the best team in the division, haven't been after 20 games. So let's see what happens second half of the season. But they should, with the money they've spent and the squad that they've got, realistically, they should be going back up to the Premier League.
Hey, before I let you go, of course, we had the talkSPORT World Darts Championship today. The least said about that, the better. But me and Benny have played paddle as well, and we won that match. What sport would you have to be playing for you to fancy your chances?
Chess.
I don't know if that's true or not. You a bit of a chess player?
I am, yeah. But listen, is that a sport? That's the issue. Is that a sport?
What would it be? With 10-pin bowling? What are you good at?
I'm good at talking about sport. Fairly good. Okay.
No, you're the best at talking about sport.
I'm
just thinking about playing it.
Truly dreadful at football. I used to like playing tennis, but look. You've seen me recently. I'm not fit. Okay, I'm certainly not at my peak condition. Let's put it that way.
Okay, interesting you say you're terrible at football, because a lot of people said you had nothing in common with Bentley. We've just found something there. Hey, Aid, you're a superstar. Keep up the great work. Have a good evening. We'll speak to you in a bit.
Nobody will take the mickey out of you, Andy. Don't worry, mate. It's all right.
Oh, he's breaking up. What?
No, he said no one will take the mickey out.
Shut up. Thanks, Aid. That was a look at tonight's European action with our friends at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, they're here for it.
European football preview on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
Do you know, the more I think about it, right? The more I think about it.
Sorry, who's your mate that keeps talking over the camera? Do you know what? I don't know if you should stand over there with the stupid people or stand over there with the idiots. But either way, go on, carry on.
Yeah, no, the longer I'm standing in, it's more embarrassing your result in it, how bad it is. When I'm thinking about it, it's appalling.
If you're going to slag me off, say it into the mic so people don't get it.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I don't think it's appalling.
Mate, if Natalie Sawyer is appalling, how's Gabby not?
Yours is worse.
No, it's not.
It is.
Gabby get beat by Natalie Sawyer.
They're both bad.
No, yours is horrific. Horrific.
How'd you get on? Where's the trophy?
Oh, no,
where is it? Move out there, I can't see it. Where's it gone?
First round again.
Next Thursday, I'll have you.
2 years in a row, first round.
Thursday. Right, when we come back, we'll have the final part of the show. 2 things guaranteed. 1 is we'll have team use for you ahead of a busy night of Champions League football. And 2, their mate behind the camera will probably walk past and put more pints on his table. Plonker. More from me and DB right after this.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology. How did you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Jamie in the place, make some noise! Jamie in the place, make some noise!
Well, that's the last part of our Champions League Drive Time show live from the talkSPORT Darts Trophy. Me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, and Just Eat. Right now, there are millions of prizes to be won from Champions League final tickets to £1,000 in cash when you place an order on the app. 18 plus, terms apply. We just spoke to him. Following us at 7. Adrian Durham brings you a busy old night of football. Newcastle, they're in Germany to take on Leverkusen. Team news for that one is in. Jim Proudfoot has all the details. Jim, good evening to you.
Andy, a very good evening to you. Well played earlier. It's Nick Voltemade that leads the Newcastle line. Johan Visser is on the bench again despite his return to fitness, and he hopes for his European debut later. There are 4 changes. Hall's back for Cher, so Byrne goes to centre-half. Tonali and Jolinton return in midfield for Willock and Ramsey. And Barnes, who scored in his last 4 games, is in for Elanga. Wisser is on the bench. Leverkusen have got Alex Grimaldo back from injury. Flecken and Kwanzaa both start for them. So Newcastle have Ramsdale in goal. Back 4 of Livramento, Chow, Byrne and Hall. Guimaraes, Tonali and Jolinton. Barnes, Voltemade and Gordon are the forward 3. And Alan Pardew's alongside me for an 8 o'clock kickoff. Bayer Leverkusen Newcastle on talkSPORT.
Thanks, Jim. Hope your voice goes later. Right, Club Brugge there against Arsenal is live on talkSPORT. Alex Crooker's got team news.
Yes, and with Declan Rice, Yuri and Timber and Leandro Trossard joining Arsenal's already extensive absentee list. They make 5 changes from Saturday's 2 undefeated Aston Villa that ended their 18-match unbeaten run in all competitions. Lewis Skelly, Norgard, Martinelli, Gyökeres and Madueke are the players who come into the team. Saka, Eze and Calafiori all rested to the bench, so it's David Raya in goal, a back 4 of White, Norgard, Hincapié and Lewis Skelly, Erdegaard, Zubamendi and Marino in midfield, with Madueke and Martinelli either side of Victor Gyökeres in attack. Gabriel Jesus is back on the bench. He could make his first appearance since January after overcoming a knee injury. And Benty, well, you'll be hoping your beloved Gunners can perform a lot better than both of you did on the Oki. As Club Brugge welcome Arsenal.
Goodness.
I've never said it before, but shut up, Crookie.
Yeah, hope the kebab shut is shut on the way. That's easy to say on the way home. Finally.
Start again.
Hope the kebab shut is shut on the way. You try it. Go on.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Hope the kebab shop is shut on the way home. You try it.
Hope the kebab shop is shut on the way home.
Yeah, I told you it was easy. Right, finally, Mickey Gray has got, well, the long straw, if that works. He's got, I think, the best game of the night. He's got all the details of Real Madrid against Man City. Mickey, good evening.
Hi, Andy. Yeah, and look, the big news tonight is Kylian Mbappe is only fit for the bench. It's 4 changes for Real Madrid and Xavi Alonso. Under pressure, Xavi Alonso, after they got beat at the weekend 2-0 from Celta Vigo. Militao, Garcia, Goulier and Mbappe moved to the bench in those 4 changes. It's Courtois in goal. Back 4 of Asensio, Rodriguez, Carreras and Ceballos. Tchouameni, Valverde and Bellingham, the 3-man midfield with Rodrigo, Gonzalo and Vinicius up front. Man City name an unchanged side from their 3-0 win over Sunderland at the weekend. So Erling Haaland hopes to add to his 5 goals in the Champions League already this season. It's Donnarumma in goal with a back 4 of Núñez, Diaz, Guardiola and O'Reilly. Gonzalez, Cherki and Foden in a 3-man midfield with Doku and Silva either side of Erling Haaland. It's game week 6 from the Bernabeu. It's Real Madrid against Manchester City.
Thanks, Mick. See, nothing nasty from Mickey Gray. Very kindly, Mickey Gray. Right, producer Joe, who's obviously not used to putting earphones in.
Do you want to help you?
Has
Don't
joined
worry
us
about it, I can hear.
for the end of show quiz. You all right, producer Joe?
Good evening. How'd you get on today?
Why are you being nasty? You're meant to be on Team Drive. Surely you wanted Team Drive to win the trophy,
I
right?
did. 2 years in a row.
Let's be honest though, Joe. His was worse, wasn't it?
I mean, he went out in a round earlier, so it has to be worse, right?
What's
Gabby.
worse?
Hey, Gabby.
What's worse, me losing to Gabby or Bentley losing to Natalie?
I've seen both of them play now, Gabby and Natalie. I think yours is worse, Andy.
Told you.
I think
Jack,
Natalie
press the
would be-
button. Quickly, Jack. Get me out of this hole. Thank you, Jack. Yeah, no one asked you anyway. Time now for the end of the show quiz. We've only got about 3 minutes left.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time. Andy, because, bearing in mind I didn't write this, because Andy has been knocked out in the first round yet again, tonight's quiz is about the number one.
Oh, because I'm number one broadcaster. Love it. I see the connection there.
Yep. Yeah, very good. Andy, you're going first. Who is number one in the UK charts right now?
Bee Gees. Do you know what? I could have 1,000 guesses and not get. Hold on. Taylor Swift.
I'm going to go Mariah Carey.
It's Taylor Swift. I had multiple choice, and I have multiple
really?
choice for all of them. Yeah, it is Taylor
100%
Swift.
guess.
I mean, it's a fairly safe guess, isn't it?
100%
She's
guess.
been number one for about 4 years, hasn't she?
True.
Bentley, first question for you. The number one is an example of what? A, rational numbers. B, prime numbers. Or C, composite numbers.
Give me that composite number.
You're going to go for composite number C, yeah?
Yeah.
Incorrect, it's prime numbers.
Yeah, I thought that.
Numbers greater than one that have exactly two factors.
Do you know what a composite number is?
No.
You put it in a pot with a plant.
It's a number greater than one that have more than
compost.
two factors.
That's a compost number, sorry.
Andy, question 2 for you.
Yes.
What is 1 cubed?
1.
Correct. Remember, you've got multiple choice.
How do you know that?
Because I'm good at maths.
Go on. You're not. Clearly not. What are you trying to add up on the board? Carry on.
Darren Bent, your second question. In Roman numerals, how is the number 1 written? Would you like multiple choice?
Yes.
Would you like to have a look at my watch?
Well, 1 would just be... Right, go on.
You're going to go for just a straight line?
Yes.
Basically, like a what?
Why don't you give
an
him...
I.
Yeah, but give me the multiple choice.
Give me the
Okay.
options.
Is it A, X? Is it B, I? Or is it C, V?
I.
Correct, well done.
Benny.
Is V 5?
Yes. What's X?
10.
Good question, this one.
I spoke Latin.
I'll be judged that, Joe.
Andy, what is the number 1 selling single of all time? Do you want to guess, or would you like multiple choice?
You need multiple choice for that.
I would imagine it's either like a... Oh, it might be country music. It's either Michael Jackson... Go on, what are my options? Single?
Single, yeah.
Well, it could be Thriller. Go
I
on.
think that's worldwide.
Go
Is
on.
it A, Thriller?
There you go, I've said that.
Is it B, White Christmas?
That.
Or is it C, Candle in the Wind?
White Christmas.
Is it the Bing Crosby White Christmas? Or is it just as a...
I don't have that information.
I'm going Thriller.
Incorrect, it was White Christmas.
Told you, you idiot.
Imagine that.
I'm
Benny, my final question. Have we got time?
Yeah,
We've
final
got
question.
time, Joe, for you.
The word one has 3 letters. Give me 5 more words in 5 seconds that also have 3 letters. Go.
And it's...
No, that's
Eve,
not a word. It's...
red.
It's...
Bit.
There's one more, isn't there?
It's...
That's 5. Bit.
It's...
It's.
Yeah, it's.
It is.
That's unbelievable.
No, there isn't it. Yeah, I'll give you. I'll give you. Well done.
That's so funny.
Well done today.
Well
Cheers,
done
Joe.
to
Brilliant.
you, Joe. Yeah, just walk.
Fantastic as always.
That's all we got time for, DB. Good work, man. Loving your work.
Yeah, I mean, you were terrible, but listen,
Yeah.
tomorrow's a new day.
I hope Arsenal follow my lead from today. Either way, there's lots of live football coming up. Stay with talkSPORT. Boys on the Sports Bar will be slagging us off from 10 to get your calls into them. Thanks for staying with us. I've had better days. We'll see you tomorrow at 4.
Cheers, everyone.
Be safe, everyone. Be safe.